What's up, Katie? Do you got Instagram, Katie? I thought I asked you that. It's like my last time asking. I got Snapchat. I got Instagram. I got Facebook. What's your number? I just cracked my phone earlier, so I'm using this other phone. I gotta go literally. Uh, I think I got that right. I know I got the last seven right, but the first three, was it 3, 4, 6? Shout out to everybody who's making it in here. Um, but yeah. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna add you as a moderator as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna message you after this. After I hop off here, I'm gonna be on here for like an hour, um, and things like that. What town is that anyway? 3, 4, 6. I mean, city, whatever. Um, so this video is gonna be about attractiveness. I'm writing with the Sharpie. Okay, Texas. Okay, my roommate was from Texas. Uh, I lived in North Carolina, Charlotte, and my roommate was from Texas. It was me, my cousin, and his friend, which was our roommate. Um, I don't know nothing about Texas, but I wanna. If I'm gonna move down south, I'm thinking about moving exactly there, and that's the crazy part. I think I told you this yesterday about my favorite basketball player, Kevin Durant. So that's one of the motivations. And then there's a lot of YouTubers in Texas, so it's like, why not? But yeah, man, we got 13 votes. 26% said they do freeze in the face of attractiveness, and 38 said they don't. 38% said they don't freeze. And I wanted to really get into the energetics of why people feel uneasy about um like the interaction. And we're going to start off with saying this. First of all, the mind frame that you have is everything. So we're going to start off with the word mind frame. That's where most guys take that initial L in there and right up in their head, right here. Because the truth of the matter is, people, I think this is one of the biggest issues about attraction is most people they learn from the internet before they actually like yes, you've been to elementary school, you've been to preschool, you've been to elementary, you've been to middle school, you've been to high school. So you would think that all of that, you would think with all of that that you've learned how to communicate. Let's look at the word communicate. Communicate is not really our problem, right? Because you can communicate to your mom, dad, your aunts, your cousins, and everybody, right? So communication technically isn't the real exact issue, but when you really pay attention to the real issue, it's integrity. Why would I pull that word up, integrity? Because in your heart, you feel like you're not worth the thing you're asking for, if that makes sense, right? So energy and integrity could be both interwoven into each other, if that makes sense. So you could look at the word energy as a synonym for the word integrity, and you could look at the word integrity as a synonym for the word energy, right? So when you see a woman and you say to yourself, she's attractive, right? Doesn't take that long before a man notices that a woman is attractive. I was just at a pizza parlor an hour ago or 2 hours ago, not like 3 hours ago, and the woman that was taking my order was attractive to me, right? I would smash, right? So let's get into the nitty gritty. It's funny because the word integrity has the word grit inside of it. It's the word in the dead in the middle. Integrity. So gritty, right? So integrity. So integrity is just doing what you said you was gonna do before you got into the situation. So if I say I'm gonna fight this bully, if I say I'm gonna fight this bully and I do it, whether I win or lose, I have integrity. If I see this bully and then I don't fight, or I get scared, or I let them move me, um, then I lose, right? If you see a woman and you say, "Damn, I would," you know, not saying you literally say I would jerk off to her, but you know deep down in your head, like this is the type of woman like I want to smash. Like this is the type of woman I would reproduce. I would do X, Y, and Z. Yes, yes, yes. She's checking all those markers, but you're not doing it. Hold on, let me see. I've been having success in the dating game recently, but I can't really put my finger on what I'm doing right. Conversations are so simpler and easy when the tone is set right. mentally, it's so easy to just flow. Exactly. It's integrity. And that's why you said you the words, I don't know what I'm doing right. Because it's not a real, it's not a, the integrity is not a brain thing. It's a heart thing. It's a intuition thing. Okay, Shorty drinking her protein shake. I like that for sure. I drank one today. I didn't drink two. I didn't drink two. I drank two yesterday, but I didn't drink. So I think yesterday the way I weigh 140. So the way I reached my goal, my protein goal, was in like 98 to 140 grams of protein. Um, what's good, man? You talking to Katie? Oh, that's manual from right there. Okay. Um, so the what you gonna call it? Yeah, I had to hit my goal. Long story short, but anyway, let's stay on tack real quick. So integrity, right? So integrity, another way you could look at the word integrity is how you feel, right? In most cases, when people talk about the word integrity, they say keep it real with how you feel. Stay in tune with how you feel and how not what society is telling you or making you feel, but every human has an intuition. I tell them everyone to journal because when you journal, you become more in tune with how you feel instead of what everyone around you is telling you. So, long story short, let's backtrack to the word communicate, right? When you see an attractive face, it's scientifically proven that people's brain get flooded and you almost feel like you've been hit or punched or dazed in a boxing match. It's kind of similar to that, right? This is why a lot of guys are not real because they don't understand. They become ungrounded, and then they lose their metaphorically they lose their mind in a sense, right? Because before you got into that boxing ring with that pretty face, you told yourself when you were at home, I'm going to move this way, I'm going to move that way, this is a logical way to move, this makes sense. And if you got any game, you probably came up with a game plan before you actually got into that situation. So when you talk to women, here's the thing: you got to know what's on limits and off. We're going to use those two words right now: on and off. On and off, period. Because there's certain things that, and this is where your feelings are going to trick you, because there's certain things that you're going to feel that are going to lead you to destruction. That's the game. So on one hand, game like, Will, you telling me to be in tune with what I feel. And if I see a beautiful face and I know I'm feeling her, to just speak my mind. Oh yeah, that's the real shit right there. Use that. But on the same hand, you're telling me to use my logic to think about what's inbounds and what's out of bounds, similar to a basketball game. You can't, it don't matter how nice your moves are if you step on the line. Right. I used to be real good with my handle and shit playing basketball in the neighborhood. But I had this one friend that was more, it's like he was more of a basketball like geek a little bit. I was like a street baller. So like I had the handle, but I remember I was crossing him up and he was trying to defend me and I was crossing him too. But he was trying his hardest to defend me. And he was one of them technical niggas who was like, oh yeah, your foot on the line. And I remember it was just so annoying, like, cause I just wanted to be raw and express that baller instinct, but it was like, I gotta give you the ball and get back on defense because you got me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I was out of bounds. So when you talk to women, you have to be aware of both of those. You want to be raw in your expression, which is the integral thing. You want to be honest. You want to be saying what's on your mind, but you also want to be able to use this oval on my shoulders right here to say, wait, hold on, this is gonna be boring. This is not gonna add life to the interaction. This is not going to be fun, playful, teasing, or anything responsible. This is responsible. When I meet like the girl I said at the pizza place earlier, I didn't really say anything because, to be honest, I was on the bullshit myself. I was just trying to get the pizza and leave. But then when I got back to the crib, yeah, I ate a pizza. When I got back to the crib, well, calzone. When I got back to the crib, I had to remember certain things. I'm like, oh, well, you didn't even look for the indicators of interest. You didn't even look, and I know that's pickup artist talk, but you didn't even look for that. And if you look back at if you run the tape back of me talking to her, she was being mad nice. She even told me like, you don't gotta pay the rest. You could pay half. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up paying like $8 for that mug, and she was just mad, like a sweetheart for her, just mad nice. And me being me being game, like, well, I'm not really even pressed to even run down. I'm just trying to get the fucking calzone and get back to the crib. I got women that I'm texting. I got other shit going on, and I just don't give a fuck. And besides, she looked like she could have been a little young, so I didn't even ask. But here's the thing, and I think she like that was like a family business shit. So I didn't push the issue. I didn't even ask like, yo, how old you is, nothing. I just was like, thank you and shit like that, and I just kept it moving. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, when a guy sees a woman he finds attractive, what he usually does, what the typical loser does, is he allows his emotions to be the biggest part of his interaction. And that's why he freezes. Because he's like, damn, like he's a deer in the headlight. Like, I don't want to lose. What's good, Nick? Nino. What's your name? Nino? Is it Nino? What's good, Dana and Basma? Make sure y'all subscribe. There's this girl named Basma that used to go to high school with me and stuff like that. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all lock in. But long story short, everyone's brain is different, right? Everyone's brain wired different. I say this every video, and that's the big problem, right? Because how do you stay present, right? That's the most attractive thing you can do in an interaction is stay present. And here's the thing, right? Women will give you indicators of interest almost 99% of the time if you're looking. Like most guys, they're not really paying attention. Because indicators of interest could just be a smile, it could be a compliment, it could be something saying hello, it could be even just hello, it could be just the fact that she's even talking back to you. You feel what I'm saying? My protein shake has 26 grams. Damn, that's a lot. My joint only got 20. I've been into bubble tea recently. Yeah, boba tea. I think there's one around the way, and it's definitely one downtown. But I haven't never really tried it. You reminded me of this chick I was trying to take the boba tea like 6 years ago or some shit, and I was trying to take her to boba tea. I never went. But that was one of the first places I was trying to take one of the chicks when I started learning game. Like, and she was with that shit too. She said, "I love boba tea." Like she was with that shit. We just never went, and then it's like she ended up getting a boyfriend and shit. And she was really trying to get she was trying to get crushed. She was FaceTiming me and everything. That's when I was door dashing. She was door dashing. It's crazy because I felt like we was low key a match, like too. Like it just never locked in fully. Um, and then one day I was downtown, like 3 years ago, and I seen her with her boyfriend, and she kept breaking her neck, looking at me. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Oh well. So yeah, the integrity part is how you feel, but then it's the what's right part, which is also technically integrity, but it's what's right, like so what's responsible. You're as a man, you're a leader in every time you walk out the house, you're technically a leader. So it's like if you see a woman, you gotta basically look at indicators of interest. And the reason why I say that, because there's a lot of dating coaches gonna be like, what the fuck? Fuck that indicator of interest shit. Just go up and approach. You can't tell me to do that because I've been doing that for like 3 years, and you just get rejected when you do that. But the crazy part is not all the time, but 80% of the time, it's gonna burn you out eventually. But the way you avoid all of that is to look for her indicators of interest, right? Because why is this so beautiful? It's beautiful because women do it naturally anyway. They're always scanning their environment. They always want to be seen as sexy, and they're always looking for somebody to get crushed. Now the problem is that, like I said, when them other people tell you to just cold approach without any signs, that's basically like telling you to try to start a car with a key that doesn't fit into the fucking ignition. It's forceful. That's what I'm basically trying to say. And when she's giving you indicators, ironically, what happens is her that's her nature speaking to you. You know, it's a sign. So when she do even something little like saying like, "Oh, you're good. You don't even have to pay the whole thing." Like that's like, oh damn, like on one dimension you could look at that and be like, damn, she probably just making sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? She probably just fuck with me. She fucking with me. But then on one dimension you could look at that and be like, that could mean she think I'm cute, or that could mean whatever else could be there that the average motherfucker won't even dig or try to see. Because why? Because this is where the game and typical day by day like fucking favors of just humanity they clash. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, a person is not just talking to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, not saying like, because a lot of women, this is the problem, women do two things: they mask their feelings all the fucking time, and then on the other hand, the problem is they're nice. So now you don't know what the fuck they doing. So this is why indicators of interest is even a thing in the fucking first place. Because, like I said, I don't approach and randomly cold approach a bunch of chicks last year, and it doesn't lead to anything but a bunch of Instagrams that don't lead to no dates, and it's like a bunch of like women just stalking your fucking Instagram, and it's just gonna make you feel like, yo, am I ass at the game? Like, and the truth is, you're not really ass at the game, but it's just like, well, kinda, but not really. Like, that's not the whole story. Like you probably got mad potential, but you just cold approaching, and women don't respond good to cold approaches the way that we're being told. I've never met a woman that was on me first, like on my body, that stopped being on my body. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, if they was on your body, that's because it was natural. That's because they liked you. And then people say, "Oh, not everybody looks like King 6'8" the Great. Not everybody looks like that. Not everybody looks like this." Everybody has women that would smash them. And if everybody, even a good looking guy, don't, like I said last year, I'm a good looking guy, I feel like, but I wasn't looking at indicators of interest. So what happened? I got treated like an average or below average looking guy. But you mean to tell me all my life, the other 99% years of my life, women was throwing it at me? Come on, let's do the math. And no, I wasn't looking for indicators of interest back then, but technically I was, because I would just mind my business and wait until a chick either let it be known she liked me, or I'll just, maybe sometimes I would flirt, but I would never do it in a wacky way. Like, I would never just be like, stranger, I'm trying to get with you. Like, I think that's where people are, you know, out of pocket. So why do you freeze? Because of that shit I'm talking about right now. The fear of rejection. Right? I don't have the fear of rejection. FOR. Fear of rejection. I don't have that. I don't have a fear of rejection bone in my fucking body, and I refuse to let anyone ever make me feel like I'm scared of that shit, because it's not true. In fact, I'm too bold, and that's why I did that shit, that cold approach shit. But let's get back into the game, right? So women like men that are bold, and this is where the rubber gonna meet the road for a lot of you niggas. Shit. This is the problem. They like bold. BOLD. So women have always, since the beginning of time, liked bold guys, right? And this is the reason why everybody can't eat. It's fucking possible. Think about the Nature Channel. Think about the Safari Desert. Only predatory animals eat. Period. And then, not to mention that, the hyenas can't eat if the lions is around. I repeat, not even the hyenas, which is technically like a top tier predator, they can't even eat if a lion is around, or a pride of lions, or two lions, or whatever, how many. That means that it's order. That means that no matter how bold you are, order is going to win over however bold you think you are. It's going to be order. Order is going to always beat everything. That's an unfuckwittable statistic in life. Order. You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for order. Your dad had to be somewhat of some type of gumption. You had to have some type of integrity or some type of survival tactic or something up his sleeve. He did something. He did something. Even if it's just looking good. People say, oh, good looks is fucking luck. No, it's not. Good looks is genetics. Just like strength is genetics. If I'm stronger than you and I beat you up, you think people gonna say, oh, you got lucky? Though they gonna be like, I don't fuck with him. He whooped your ass. He might whoop my ass too. So if you look good, why do people hate the good looking people? Oh yeah, because they hate anything they can't control. Bullies, good looking people, anything that's powerful. You know. So here's what I'm trying to say. Boldness and order, right? You gotta have one of those two at all times. This is where the looks maxers come in. This is where the pickup artists came in. This is where the red pill tries to stop themselves from being. They're like hyenas. They're like, I'm going to eat, but I can't eat if it's a real motherfucker around. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. Or it's just order on the planet. If you don't pay attention, then you won't see it. Like I said, even uh, indicators of her interest is a form of order. That's order. That's me saying, all right, I can't just cold approach any chick and be like, I could succeed, that I could smash, I could reproduce off the cold approach, but you're gonna take so many L's in the midst of that that is just gonna be annoying. So what you might as well do is kind of be more like a real lion. Even lions and when I watch the Animal Channel, even the top look, there ain't a predator in nature that don't wait and stalk their prey. I don't care if it's a lion. I don't care if it's a panther. I don't care if it's a cheetah. They all do that creeping shit. So if you don't look at indicators of interest and you go straight up to a woman, her nervous system is going to reject you before she get the chance to. So what I'm trying to say is biology is going to take over and tell her that this nigga's weird. And unless your game is all the way on 1,000. Now, if your game is all the way on 1,000, meaning you always know what to say, that's the only way you should be doing that. Other than that, you should be looking for choosing signals and then building sexual tension. Looking for choosing signals and then being playful. Looking for choosing signals and then teasing. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing for a year straight, for 2 years straight, 3 years straight. Then your shit gonna be to a point where you don't need no training wheels at all. So on average, the average guy can't be bold. It'll be a dumb decision. but he can learn structure and order. He could learn order. So her IOIs give you plausible deniability. Why would you need plausible deniability if you was a real man? Men don't wait for plausible deniability. Like I said, every animal in on Earth uses uh they stalk their prey before they actually know to pounce on it. So would it really make sense for a fucking uh, even though a panther or a cheetah is way faster than a lot of the other animals, it still got the knowledge and the wisdom and the hunting skills to be like, I'm gonna hide behind this tree. I'm gonna move through this grass. It's low to the ground because I don't want to scare something that's gonna naturally run from shit. As a man, you're naturally way bigger average than about 99% of women. Come on, man. Nature is symbolic. Yes, there's some times where you just a woman is so thrown aback by your either your looks, your masculinity, or something, whereas though it ain't nothing you could have did wrong. That's just called a choosing woman. She's a choosing woman. She's a choosing woman. So it wasn't nothing you could have did wrong. But you can't judge the whole game off of one undeniable fucking what you call it. Let me see. Whenever you try to run your whole game off of one woman that is super attracted to you, you start losing your common sense right then and there. When I used to work out regularly, I always look forward to making banana-based whey protein shit. It's crazy. That's what I be doing. I put like 2 bananas, almond butter. Yeah, man, that should be good, man. Some grapes, some dark purple grapes. Well, I like how you broke down integrity. Concepts of life are so simple. It's enlightening to be more aware of the beauties of life. Exactly. Everything flows from within. Journaling. I love to journal. It taps me into my inner, like basically like me. You know what I'm saying? I journal and then I journey, or I journey a little bit and then I come back home and I journal. But either way, you got to journal because that's how you stimulate. In my opinion, that's how you stimulate your inner being. And that's what game is. It's about being, not doing. That's why I say if you cold approach, you're just doing some shit. You're just doing something. And that doesn't it's not very telling of your character at all. But if you're flirting, teasing, that takes a little bit more like, oh, he thought of what he said when he said that. If I go to a pizza place and I say something about the boss daughter, like if I say, um, are you really working here or are you just um the boss's daughter and you trying to act like you busy? Like you trying to act like you doing something in here when the boss is really doing all the work. Something like that allows her to say, hmm, this nigga funny. You know, he's making me think about some shit or whatever, or he's getting a response that's actually worth. You know what I'm saying? It's conversation. And that signals that this motherfucker might be higher status than me. It says he might be more valuable of a human being than me. He's not asking for crumbs of some pussy. He's actually challenging me or saying something that's like above the shoulders type shit. You know? And that's my point. And what I'm saying is you do that once she shows you an indicator of interest, which is like being nice to you or like that could be an indicator, being nice. Most guys say, bro, she's just being nice. That don't mean she like you. Never fall for that because women are not super nice to losers, so it doesn't matter. Women are nice to everybody, but you got to be able to know whether you're a loser or not, which is kind of difficult to see, but like you should know, which is the part that makes you sexy. Because it's like women assume, like, well, they don't know you, like, but they kind of could get a whiff of you, but they really still don't know. But like your behaviors can make you sexy. Is that's what I'm trying to say? I think that's what your behaviors could also could pack a bigger punch than your looks. So women will be nice to everybody, but don't let that be the reason why you're losing. See, the average guy gonna let that shit stop him. Oh, she, I can't tell the difference, bro. She just was being nice. Well, you could be nice and say something too. Teasing isn't nice. Teasing her about she's working her father's shift and he's the real boss here, and that's funny to you. So you tease her about that. That's funny. We can all laugh. We can all have fun. And then it's not like that. The reason why I love indirect game because what if I just want to go back and be funny and be cool with them as a family business? I don't got to try to smash his daughter. You see what I'm saying? And that's the gist of game to me, right? That's the gist of it. It's fun. The gist equals fun. If you're not having fun, you're not having game, right? I would make that put that in my book. If I was to make a book, GLW, the book of game, the first page would say, if you're not having fun, you're not having game. It all converts. Everything has to convert. If it doesn't convert, if your approach is, this is why how I know that that cold approach shit is bullshit. If you're listen, this is what I realized lately. I'm cooking right now. Hold on, let me. I got like a couple of napkins. Bounty quicker picker upper shit. Hold on. All right, so if your approaches don't convert to dates, how is that some game? How is that some game? It's either going to be dates or links. You're going to get more dates and links by going indirect than going direct on average per week, 7 days in a week. You should be having um you should be having 100 women a year. And I'm not, yeah, 100 women a year. That's game. Oh yeah, and master y'all media. I just posted something on Instagram. Got some, your Instagram matters too. Hold on, let me see. Present is present. Present. I wonder what that means to be present. To be present. To be present is to be a gift to a woman. To be a gift to the planet. To be present. You're naturally more attractive when you're living in the present moment, and there's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So your presence is a gift. But if your approach is need to dates or links, you're cooked. So 100 women a year is about 10 women a month. About if I'm not mistaken, 10.2 women a month or some shit. Um, something like that. So 10 women a month. In 10 women a month is like what? About 3 women a week. And so now that begs the question about geo game, which I always talk about. The question is, where are you going to meet women? Question mark. Where are you going? You know, we got online and offline. Period. These are 2 different places. And they both lead to the same shit. Funnel shit. Funnel cake shit. So if you feel insecure, journal until you hit the treasure chest of why. Dig. Journal, dig into your journal. Journal. Monday through Friday. Journal for like, I journal until I can't no more. I don't even have a time limit. But you journal until you figure out, like, yeah, I'm feeling soft. I'm acting soft. But that's what women respond to anyway. It's not necessarily anything really specific, like personal. And that's what is gonna piss y'all off when y'all realize it, because y'all gonna be like, damn, you mean to tell me I was the reason why I wasn't getting no cheeks? Like it was never them, and you gonna feel like total shit. Yeah, you're gonna feel like total shit because that's the name, that's the nature of nature, bro. Can you say is 7? Who is it? I don't know what that means. I have a smoothie date tomorrow evening. For real? You going, where you going to? Tropical smoothie? What's good, Emmy? Yeah, I have pretty eyes. I appreciate that. Somebody told me that yesterday. Well, I keep getting told that. It's like the 3rd time. It's funny because I literally posted a selfie just now on my, a bathroom selfie on my Instagram, and I was like, my eyes kind of do look a little light brown right here for some reason. Um, yeah, I just noticed that though. Certain filters and shit will bring that out. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like I said, got media. There's you go on YouTube and type in how to take good photos, like what apps to use to edit your photos to make your shit look better. So when you do take photos, you know what I'm saying? You when you do take photos, you what you gonna call it? When you take photos, right? You put the little timer on it. You might set the phone up somewhere. You run away. You have on a nice outfit. You let the photo take the shutter shit, take the photo, and then you want to put it through one of these apps. There's some apps out here that got what you gonna call it? This Sharpie fucking up the counter, man. Fuck. Now, but it's an app out here that I used when I first started. And this app helped me to create better photos, and like, long story short, there's real photographers out here that's on YouTube that'll teach you some shit. Just type it in on YouTube. And for y'all fellas out there trying to master your media, and then download these apps where you can unfollow women that don't follow you back, or people in general that don't follow you back. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm unfollowing people. I follow like 700 people, and I had to unfollow a couple people tonight. I'm gonna keep doing that shit over the next month and get my media back looking regular. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. I like going over the amount. Like, I like following. Sometimes I'm just chilling and I just follow mad people because they talking that real shit in the middle of the night. I just follow whoever. Like, damn, man, you saying some real shit. I don't follow. Like I said, my life is a journey, not a destination. I don't follow people so I can follow them forever. For a week or a month, I might be following somebody, and then after that month, I get rid of it because they ain't never follow me back. So why would I care? Some people follow you back though. Some people see the value on your channel. If you got any, if you posting any shorts, if you posting any content, right now on my Instagram, I'm posting a bunch of like more workout shit, more workout shit. I'm about to start posting more like body gains shit. So that's what I'm on, man. But yeah, all of this shit matters in terms of you feeling like you're behind or feeling like you're on time. That's another thing about game. You either gonna feel behind, and this is the problem, man. You're either gonna feel behind or you're gonna feel like you're on time. The more game you acquire, the more on time you feel. You know, the more women you hold their attention. You hold their attention. And so when you hold more women's attention, you're less needy. And then being indirect feels fun. Because who holds the keys to whether this shit actually turns sexual or not at that point? For a loser, it's the woman every time. It's a zero sum game. But for a guy that's actually sexually attractive, it's 50-50. And when it's 50-50, sex can take place anytime. And when sex can take place anytime, life just feels a little bit more interesting, a little bit more mischievous. I would argue you should feel nervous at times when it comes to these women. I don't think that's actually biologically um, wrong necessarily. I think that's actually just fine. But I think that a guy's inability to know what to say, it doesn't allow, it's like pressure that's built up and it needs a release valve. The release valve is what to say. If you know what to say, because pressure is natural, it comes in and out of people's realities anyway. But when you know what to say, or you have a couple things to say, or you at least have like I said, oh, I'm gonna tease right here, or I'm gonna be playful right here. Where you got like four of those type of roundabout things that you're gonna do, then you don't, then you can, like, again, plausible. You can give yourself some plausible deniability, some time to like think about, like, oh, like I don't have to say it, but if I want to say it, then I can say it. You got that freedom, and freedom is masculinity. So, what's good, Emmy? What's good, Berna? What's good, Berna? Amina, it goes like this. I'm sleepy, but I'm doing good. It's 2 a.m. He said Lil Wayne, the baby, Lil Baby. Same girl, Kodak Black. If you can't defend yourself or her, if you're insecure, if you hurt people for no reason, women don't even think the same ways as men think. Timothy was good. What came first, chicken or the egg? Assuming everything came from a seed first, right? I would assume everything starts as a seed first. So I would say a egg, which is very strange to even think about or to assume, but I would say that. Do you freeze in the face of attractiveness? Not really. Not really. Maybe sometimes like 20, like on a fraction, like twice out of 10 times. Like if 10 is the number, once or twice out of that 10. And the only reason I'm freezing is because I'm already assuming because I'm looking at the way you look and the way you moving or the way you think or the way I'm looking at like certain things and I'm like, nah, she probably just gonna do it just to do it. Like, and she probably just gonna reject you just to say like she just look like a bitch. Like you feel what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not even about to do that to myself. And then like I said, man, me being more indirect these days, it's not like I feel any guilt behind that either. You know, the average guy feels guilty when he doesn't say anything, but I actually feel more like a man when I don't say anything. Like I feel like more of a honorable human because like if you could walk around here and say fuck it, if you don't sign to me, I'll just die and don't even ever talk to this nigga ever. Then I feel like a pussy if I couldn't match your energy and do that shit. Not because I'm trying to match your energy or not because I'm trying to like follow but behind what you're doing, but more so because I don't even got time to play like that. Because where one woman is thinking she's something she's not, there's a bunch of women who know that they're just a woman. You know what I'm saying? So like I like women that embody womanhood, not women who challenge men or women who I mean, you can shoot the whole world down, but don't shoot me down. Uh that's my mindset. I'm not gonna hold you. And I don't take it personal, but I'm a Leo, so it's kind of like how many times am I going to allow you to? Because this the thing, women just be saying no just to do it, like, or they might really think you at the time maybe you got on some shit that look bummy or whatever the case. But I just don't like giving women leverage because it's like I'm giving you leverage. That's like me saying you a stranger and you special, which is impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. So are you freezing in a good way or a standoffish way? What you mean? Technically, I'm not really freezing. I'm really making a decision. Cause like I said, all last year I cold approached. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm not scared of anything. There's nothing to be scared of. Uh, but what I am, I'm just calculating it. Like, okay. And then I'm also doing a lot of like research. Like I said, I'm journaling all the time. I'm basically always learning. And one thing I've learned is that the average guy doesn't even know his type. So he's just approaching women because she's this is what the average guy is doing. She's thick. He go into like Target or like ShopRite. It's like, oh, she's thick. Oh, she's thick too. Oh, I'll fuck her. Oh shit, look at her. But what you're doing is not something. It's not a game, in my opinion. It's not nothing tactical about that. And in fact, I believe women are all circle jerking each other and doing like group chats and like just talking about niggas who doing that. So it's like that's a waste of time. You feel what I'm saying? Because they'll laugh and enjoy those guys that's up cold approaching them, and then they'll go to the gym, get their ass fat for a nigga who didn't cold approach them, and go out on a date with another nigga on maybe a dating app or something. And that guys forget like women are even a woman that's like a super thought is like trying to like funnel and find this like little scarce number of guys to like give attention to. And you could be, and this is the problem with cold approaching. You could be a 8 out of 10 physically, but if you cold approach, then in her head you're like a 6. I feel like, you feel what I'm saying. And when you don't cold approach, you could have been a 6, but you're like an 8. So it does the opposite because women value what's scarce. We talked about this earlier on live. Not only women but humans, they value what they can't have. They value what's scarce. How do you approach people if it's not based off looks? It is based off looks. But me knowing that it's based off looks, just like a lion in the safari, a lion is gonna see a zebra and he's gonna say, "Oh shit, I could fuck this shit over and eat this shit." But I'm gonna creep up on it instead of being fucking stupid and not, being out of my nature of lionhood and just walking up to it and saying, "Excuse me, do you want to get in my mouth?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, even if I would have, I'd rather not. It's one of those. Like it's one of those. It's like I could have seen myself fucking you, um, but if you would have been more of a lion, you would have just fucked me. Does that make sense? Because like what I'm saying is people are framing cold approaching and going direct. People are framing going direct as more manly than going indirect. But really, it's real men who go indirect all the time. It's lions and bears who really go indirect all the time. Everything in the woods will creep up on your ass. There ain't not one thing in the woods that won't creep up on your ass. Even in the hood, niggas creep up on other niggas. You see what I'm saying? Like it's across the board. It's biology at that point. So when the people say go up to a woman and tell them what you really want, like I understand the honorable shit that they saying, but I also see that that shit is bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Because even women are doing that shit to us. Like they're not. They'll see you, know you cute, and they'll okay. I see him. I don't want him. I don't want his head to be too big. I don't want him to know I really like him. You're the only stupid ass doing that. So that becomes I mean you could do that for a year, but after that year, like it was one chick that was the last chick I approached. Like um, not the last chick I approached, but like what was it, like 3 months ago? She wasn't the last chick I approached, but it was one that I remember that I was working on myself, like getting my transportation a little bit better. So it was one day I was doing shit like I was doing something I had to do with transportation and shit. And I went into the dollar store, right, to get like a mask because it's cold outside and shit. So whatever, mask, gloves, got some shit for for the cold. Came out the came out the store, seen this black chick. She's super thick. You know what I'm saying? Walking towards the store. I'm going to get in the car, but then I see her. I'm like, should I just drive off or should I just holler at her real quick? I try to holler at her and she didn't give me the time of day at all. And that was the last straw. I'm not gonna hold you. Because it's like I don't want to go red pill on you and all that shit, but I know rejection is a part of the game. But I'm not that guy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not that guy. Like I don't mind getting rejected. I just think that sometimes guys gotta pull themselves back and look at the field and then run another play. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that stop doing it because I never stopped. I never stopped. For anyone who's wondering, I never stopped talking to women. I'm texting women right now. Uh, um, I'm always approaching. I approached chicks. What was it yesterday? What I do yesterday? Oh, I didn't go outside yesterday. Day before yesterday. I'm never gonna stop approaching. But and then when I say indirect, I'm still like direct. I'm just starting off with simple conversation first. So that girl, like I said, I was walking out of the dollar store. I didn't have no time. So that really pissed me off because she didn't even say nothing. She kind of was like, "Oh, thank you," and then kept walking. I'm like, "Okay, bet this how y'all okay, all right, all right." But granted, I had on some slightly bummy shit, so it's like, and that's another thing. New York, if you in any type of treacherous or any type of urban territory, you got to be extra fly to get these chicks, or you gotta either be a popular nigga. It got to be something about you that she see that off the rip that's standing out, and that's another issue, right? If you're building yourself or working on yourself, going direct is you're gonna increase how many rejections you're getting. So the average guy is getting rejected like a good looking guy with his hair cut that has healthy friend groups, hits the gym. He gets rejected sometimes. But if you're working on yourself and you going direct, nigga, you gonna have a cold day in hell. Nigga, a cold year. You see what I'm saying? So these guys on the internet, they'll tell you to do it because they've already built themselves and worked on themselves. They have money to go on the date that they're asking for. They have a car or they have things. They have a way, a method to their madness. But the average kiddo out here who's watching the internet is going to get shot down a million and one times. And it's going to be women, fat asses, bad shit. And you're just going to be tight. You're going to be mad. You're going to go home, spank your shit. You're just going to look stupid. And then you're going to be like, damn, is it me? Is something wrong with me? And so, how pitiful and much of a thumb sucker are you to even ask yourself that, right? But what I'm trying to say is that it's not in my Leo nature to let women put me in a fetal position. Like, I'm an egomaniac. Like, it's no way. So it's like, of course, I'm gonna stop going direct. I'm a cocky bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the cockiest of the cocky. Like, so it's like I always tell you, I always got women for way less. You know what I'm saying? I've got women for nothing. So if that's the case, all my life, women are chasing me, wanting to be with me and all that shit. Why am I approaching y'all anyway? I don't have to do it. And then I go out here and get turned down. Are you crazy? Um, People keep looking for someone, but God has someone out there for everyone. I mean, that's another way to look at it. But like I said, these women, that's also not true because look, the woman that turned me down, if she seen me in another situation opposed from that's what I'm saying. It's not even about do they like you or not. That's where people going wrong. They thinking about destiny and what's oh bro, maybe she just didn't want you, bro, or whatever stupid shit. No. Women will change. Their attraction changes like the weather. It's not set in stone. That's why niggas look stupid for cold approaching, because you cold approaching a moving target. You're not even cold approaching something that's stable or something that's real. That's why when you look bummy, they'll turn you down. But I take a bum right now off the street, give him a haircut, clean him up, send him out there, and he gonna fuck bitches. So that's the problem. So what I'm saying is check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like check yourself before you go out there cold approaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like you gotta also think about as a guy like the competition. Like I said, hyenas can't even eat around lions at all. Like motherfuckers will die trying. You know what I'm saying? Like watch a video of hyenas trying to eat while lions are eating. You literally their literal life is on the line trying to do that. So what I'm trying to say is every town is laced with different types of people. So when you go up to a woman and she's dark skinned, fat ass, look like she from a porno or some shit, you in your mind you probably think, oh damn, her shit too fat, I'm about to go, I'm gonna try to crush. But if you ain't the type of guy or you don't got your shit together, that like if you don't come correctly, you're gonna get burnt out. So it's like another part of the game is becoming attractive. Right? That's before the approaching. Niggas be approaching, but they're approaching and they not really building themselves fully to where who they are and how they like their full potential. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you're gonna see a lot of women acting funny, and it's like that direct shit is only gonna make it worse because what you're doing is you're showing yourself, and it's reflecting back to you that you're not the guy. But that's not really what it is. It's just that you need to work on yourself. But it's telling you the situation itself is telling you you're not. You damn nigga, you just got rejected every day a couple times. No, in your mind, that's going to do bad for you. It's going to do bad for you. So really, women are smart for not approaching niggas because they're protecting something that is sacred, which is your fucking time and energy, and they could be doing more shit. You know, women chase money, men chase bitches, but that's not traditional. Well, it's always been kind of like that in a way. Like that's why strip clubs is able to be what you call it. But all I'm trying to say is save yourself, black men. Save yourself, black man. Get out the way from that bullet, man. Chasing these women is like Russian roulette. If you just stay down till you come up, every woman gonna want you, so it don't even matter. And that's how fickle that shit is, cause that's what I'm trying to say. It's fickle. So if you go walk into that burning building, if you want, do you go for looks or personality or other things? I go for a couple different things. First of all, first thing is you got to be interested in me off the rip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, so that's just a basic, qualification. It's a game we can't win even when you up. You gotta tread lightly. And that's the thing, like I said, every man has a different nature, a different disposition. Some men had to hunt harder all their life. I never had to do that. So it would just be me following the trend of what's going on. Like it would literally be fake. Like I just left Job Corps. So I say this all the time. When I was 24, I'm 30 now. That was 6 years ago or something. So I had all the bitches at Job Corps, and I didn't even approach none. I approached one, and she was a white girl. I remember her name was Brooklyn. She had a boyfriend though, a white guy that was there. I approached one chick, and then every other chick I just flirted with, talked to, and just treated them like a friend. And it was just, it's like women was on me, but uh, like I smashed this Spanish chick in the first day, my first week at the school, like in the mall bathroom, bro. Like I'm telling you, like they look at you, they make choosing signals. They see something they like. Most guys, that's why it's possible. That's why there's a saying called talking yourself out the pussy. How you gonna talk yourself out of it if you can't if there was 0% chance? You know what I'm saying? When you meet a chick, you don't gotta try at all. And when you don't try, their brain does not tell them you're unattractive at all. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like you could like it's not about trying or not trying, it's just about just chilling, bro. Like and having I feel like being socially accepted is more important than uh cold approaching. Like if you go to a gym, I say I break it down 80-20. So 80% of people in this gym are going to become my friend in my mind. My potential friend. That's what I say in my mind. Like I'm open for all friendships, right? All friendships. Then there's a little like 20-15% ratio of like if I see something I want for real, if you look good or that shit fat, I might say something. But even like I said, like that percentage has been doing me good because the goal is to not be weird, not get kicked out of the gym, and not weird women out. So, long story short, how do you be a pickup artist or a dating coach without overdoing it? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. When I was going to the Edge 2 years ago, I didn't literally get kicked out at first, but I noticed by me doing them dumbass direct approaches that it like a certain couple women was starting to be like, oh, like it was like other guys there that were cool too. And I would be cool with the guys too a little bit, but I would be more woman focused. I would be more focused on doing the workout and then talking to these women. And what the women would try to do is like they'll try to infiltrate through talking to other women. I mean, by talking to the guys, like, and they'll try to like be like, oh, who is he? Like they'll try to like figure out who you are without. They'll basically what they'll do anyway is they'll take your direct approach and turn it indirect anyway. So it was no point for me to go direct because they turning it indirect anyway. And like I said, especially a lot of these older women at the gym, or even sometimes white women, black women, like sometimes it could be, you know, it don't really matter the race, but it just matter to her at her who she is, like, and to answer her question, that's what I look for. Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you hold a conversation? Can you do you like to travel? I like to travel. I value traveling. I value nature. So if a woman could match my core values, then you know, that's when shit gets deeper right there. If you can't match or if you can't mirror any of my values, eating healthy, nature, sunlight, just shit that I'm into, hitting the gym, then yeah, I'm not really that interested. Now I would probably fuck you, but that don't mean I'm interested in you for real. So now, like I said, man, that's another thing. You know, and a lot of women they try to erase guys from their life before they have sex with them. It doesn't make sense. Amy said, "I love all that." Yeah, and then like I said, man, this isn't a gender war channel. You know, I'm not here to bash women. I'm here to expose the things that I've seen that made me feel like I wasn't who I know I am, which is that nigga. And a lot of times that's what be happening, bro. When you do that shit, you listen to other people. Game is about how you do it. Like just like going fishing. If I know technique, I know technique. I don't need nobody to tell me how to fish. Like if you a coach, see, I don't learned a lot of shit. So that's why I never dishonor certain people because I don't learn certain shit that I can't say that I would be even close at all without what they said. But as far as like when you in the gym shooting up them shots, bro, you gotta do it. You gotta learn your own form. You gotta learn your own crossover. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know when timing. See, tempo and timing can't be really I mean, those are the things that people will teach you game and they'll leave that out because that's personal. Like the way at what time do you feel like you want to flirt with her? Or like these things are things that are like someone could teach it, but they can't really be there with you to do it for you. They could give you a line to say, but the timing that you deliver that line, how frequently you call someone or how often you do certain things, those things are like, intuition type vibes. And that's why I said earlier about a lion. You get a lion, they teach a lion when they a cub how to hunt, but then that lion go get his first kill, but it's like the manifestation of that is natural. It's like, oh shit, there goes a deer. Like I could probably catch this motherfucker without my mom teaching me how, type shit, or without my mentor, or whatever. I'm a call text type person. I'm both. Like I'm more of a text type of guy, but I'm not ducking anything. The reason why because blacks feel what? Statistics. Hold on, let me see. Um, I I ain't respond to none of this. Hold on. How do you approach people based up? if it's not based off looks. Yeah, it's based off looks at first, but it quickly transitions into like personality right after. That's why going indirect is better. If you go direct, you're basically saying it's all about me, 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 me. I think you're cute. I want to take you on a date. I want to fuck you. I want to, and it's like, yeah, that might turn her on and be hot at first, but she's gonna think you're a douchebag in less than like 2 weeks, and and that's not nothing wrong with that because women like assholes, quote unquote. But for me personally, it's a waste of time, bro. It's just not my personality either. It's not really my personality. Your shit just gotta fit your personality. I'm getting lost in the analogies. What analogy you got lost in? Indirect works. Maybe you just look in the wrong places. Once you start looking, it'll come to you. Nah, I just got in the gym, so I only been in the gym all of February, so I ain't even go yet in March at all. But yeah, I was looking in some of the wrong places because I was outside in the streets. So I feel like the streets is ruthless, opposed to being in a school environment or, like I said, a job corps environment or a place where people feel warmth. When you outside, a woman, I feel like is more likely to reject you because it's like, and it's more likely that someone already crushing her shit. So it's like you basically fighting against variables that you can't see. And if you're not smooth like that, it's not gonna work. If you're going too direct, it's not going. A lot of times, it's not gonna work because it's literally called a cold approach. So she's a stranger, and you're using a cold approach. The word cold is usually uncomfortable. The word cold is usually associated with uncomfortability. I used to be anemic, so I think I was. I hated the cold weather, right? So I to this day I love the sun, warmth. People like warmth. When things feel warm, like, oh, that's Will. I know him. That's that guy. He never tried to fuck me. I think he likes me, but I don't know. He usually flirts with me, and that deepens. It's solid. It's like a cook. It cooks over time, like a fucking rice cooker or some shit, or oven. It just over time is just like, I see you once, twice, three times, and then I think guys should just be open to being friends anyway. Just be open to being her friend, like, cause truth of the matter is this, bro. If you're really smart, we on this planet for however long, you never know, right? You need people anyway. So say a chick, quote unquote, does waste your time. She's wasted your time, but she ain't wasting my time because I don't care what she do. You can only waste somebody's time if you put a expectation on them, and that's another psychopath thing. Like you're cold approaching somebody, and then you're putting an expectation on it. What? That's insanity. That's you're approaching you're cold approaching a stranger, and then you're putting an expectation to it, like they owe you something. Man, but opposed to someone who's warm approaching somebody and putting zero expectation down, that woman's bound to come around. She bound to, oh, look at your Instagram, want something. And if she don't like you, she'll be able to see it from that distance. Like if she ain't interested, and she ain't gonna give you no indicators of interest. And that's another thing about the cold, quote unquote, cold approach thing. You're not even going direct. At what point are you getting any indicators of interest? You can't even see that she's interested. Oh, oh, she didn't walk away. She stood there and she gave me her Instagram. So, you know how many women last year gave me their Instagram? Every day, 80% of them. And literally about 80% of them, or 75%, it'll be like one or two women that'll respond out of eight numbers, eight Instagrams. And then it'll fade out over time on top of that. When you go indirect, this shit don't never fade out. Now there's sometimes they do, but for the most part they don't. Like there's more like I said, I believe there's just for me personally more integrity in going indirect. It's more honest. Cause it's like, how do I know I even really like her? You know what I'm saying? Like so you trying to take a woman out on a stranger out on a date? Come on now, that's crazy. I just seen you for the first time trying to take you out on a date. So I met a stranger today, and instead of me just talking to her and flirting with her and building sexual tension, I'm gonna take her out on a date. And in her body, she probably don't even feel like going out on a date. That's how sinister that direct shit is. She don't even in her body, she hasn't been on a date in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So she's bound to even flake on a date because it's like I don't even want to. It ain't even nothing personal against him. I just don't feel like doing that shit. Now, when you got a car and shit, and you got shit, and you can make it real easy for the woman to. I think logistics play a role in all of this too. But I just worry about you getting pulled, crime, street crime. You must be saying the wrong stuff. I already told y'all that um mouthpiece is a part of the game, but it's like I do believe with the chick that I was talking about at the dollar store, that I was saying the wrong stuff, but it's because it take time to learn your own style. So if you're going direct, like I said, you're gonna say different shit opposed to when you're going indirect. But long story short, Josh Bills, once I started going more indirect, there wasn't nothing I could say wrong at all because it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't what I was saying, it was how I was coming across, and it's because I was going direct. And when you go direct, you could say the same shit that you would say if you was indirect, and it's gonna feel different in her nervous system. People keep looking for someone, but guys, so what you looking for, broski? I just told ya. I don't think about comp when I'm in the field. Definitely got to be your best self. You at least got to be looks maxing a little bit. Like I ain't even have clippers last year. I think some of y'all forgetting. Like I ain't even had the clippers. I had dreads. I just cut my dreads at the end of last year. All my life I had a low cut or a mini afro. So those little things matter, bro. Because some hairstyles make you look better than other hairstyles. do you go for looks or personality or other things? It's a game we can't win every, even when you up. I never did that. Babes, you just gotta be on the same page. Marinating. Oh my God, I left and we're still on the same topic. Yeah, the topic of the video is what's good, Jamian? My guy. Yeah, the topic of the video is why people freeze up. And like I said, freezing up has a lot to do with not knowing what to say. That's how I started off. And once you know what to say, like, because a lot of times what I found to be the best thing to say is something situational, opposed to saying something um canned. Like not even canned. It could be canned, but it has to be like both. Like it has to have a mixture of organicness in it, and it has to have a mixture of like spontaneity at the same time. So only a magician really could do that if he ain't write that shit down or have it pre-planned. Like only a real, or you just had to been there so many times. And that's why I'm saying, like, after all the rejections I took last year, it still helped me to be better than the average guy. Cause it's like I said, when you go direct, you're looking at like a 7 second interaction. So of course the chances of failing go up because it's like she just might not be that attracted at that point. But when you go indirect, you got like 7 minutes or 5 minutes or like 4 minutes or maybe more. But like Mystery said, the first 3 seconds buy you the next 6 seconds. And the next 6 seconds buy, you know what I'm saying? It buys you time. So these perspectives are important because when you look, your outlook is gonna um be the reason why you get more of a woman's attention a lot of the time, opposed to um that's why like it's hard to teach a game because it's not really a physical thing, it's a metaphysical thing. Yeah, bro, been out the way. Where you been at, bro? I've been looking for you. Yes, brother, date is for learning her. I just look at it as chemistry, like you feel what I'm saying. Like I shouldn't even have to really vet you that much. I shouldn't even have to do half the stuff that we talk about on the channel. Like, and that's some game for y'all right there. Like when y'all meeting more women that's really on y'all same. Like I'm telling y'all, Geo game had changed my life as well because I'm running into more high frequency women, and I think that that's important because I'll rather fail trying to talk to them than to even succeed talking to some of the women I was talking to before in the streets and shit. Like, you feel me? There's be some low vibrational shit, and you might even be about to fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that shit would just be like she annoying and shit. So now you wanna catch 22. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, bro, I look at it like this: when you wake up in the morning, when you get out the house, you gotta ask yourself, where do I want to put my governing body for the next 24 hours? Where do I want to be? What stores do I want to go in, or what parks, or what gyms, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like I just was on Google Maps earlier. I was putting together some geo roster, like playlist, like not a playlist, but like a combine of like places that I'm like, okay, this geo roster one, this geo roster two, because it's so many things to do in a day. You could go to church, you could go to, if you're religious, you could go to the park, like I said, you could just go hug a tree. That could start off your day right there. Go out, get some fresh air. You could sun gaze, you could hit the gym off the rip in the morning, you could film a video in the morning, you could get on Instagram in the morning, you could just go pee. That could be what's what most people do. But at some point, what you do and what a guy that's really attractive do might just be two different things. And that's what a lot of guys gotta understand about another part of the game, which is how do you be the best version of yourself? Some people gonna do at 2 o'clock tomorrow, they're gonna go do yoga. They're gonna take time to go do that, or they're gonna meditate. I know for me, that's in my plans, like not literally tomorrow, but at some point, I wanna go to Staples and make some business cards about that shit. Cause I've been supposed to do this shit like last year, like put together some shit. And so shit like that, that should be life changing stuff that be um transforming the dating life. Like women want a man they have to chase. I don't think guys realize that shit. And I realize it so much that it's scary because it's like I said, when you do that cold approach and shit, you actually are putting yourself in a chasing position. And it's like that's not it's not natural for everybody. Like I never had to chase nothing. So it just feels it was fun while it lasted, but it's like the gig is up. Yeah, yeah. They either on me or they not. You feel what I'm saying? Well, if you don't read these comments, what's good, brother? Yo, Jamie, and follow me on Instagram, bro. Click the link in the bio and follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna follow you back. I'm about to start going live over there too. I was a victim of a psychic attack while waiting for a table at it was my coworker wife. Yo, Doug, what the fuck you talking about, bro? Yeah, man, get on Insta, bro. I'm gonna start going live over there too, bro. Been telling a lot of people from over here to follow me over there. Um, I'm gonna try to go live. What's today? Yeah, I'm gonna try to go live in the next couple of days, like within like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty soon. Um, you can't go live on Insta unless you got 1,000 followers. That's some new shit because I've been live on Insta already. Unless it was my old Insta, and maybe I don't think I had 1,000 followers on my old Insta. Maybe I did though. I think maybe I did. I said it's 3 a.m. Will is usually live on YouTube around this time, and I said let me stop by. Yeah, man. Smizzy, what's good? 204. What's 204? What's that? Um, yeah, man. My day today was pretty weird. I didn't get out the crib till like what 10:40, 10:30. I know, but I was saying like what's the area like what's the state? But yeah, I got out the crib. I went to towards the Chinese place this way. I'm like I went in a Chinese food spot. You know, I don't even eat Chinese food, but I was like I had to get out the house and just try to get some food from somewhere tonight because I was in the house all day, and I was like I gotta get out there. And the Chinese place was even closed. So then I went down the street, went to this pizza place, and ended up getting a calzone, and then took my ass back home, man. And now we ate that. I transferred because I had one of my old phone, the one I be using. I usually vlog off of that fell on the floor before I left to go get the pizza, and then the screen fucking fucked up. I'm like, how many screens? This is like the fifth phone break before I actually get big on you. I mean, it's been forever. I've never gotten big on YouTube, and it's fucking uh, it's fifth phone break. But now I'm on this phone full time, and I'm like, this is actually a better phone. Actually, I just been using this phone for backup. You know, I've been using this phone for backup, but this is like not my phone. So I was like, I had the other phone was my phone. I literally had pride in that phone because I went to the store and bought that phone with my own money. It was only $40, but it was my money. So, it was some pride in that. Last year, I bought that phone, and because it's only $40, I can do it again. You know what I'm saying? I got a side hustle. I can do it again. But yeah, man, this phone better anyway. Like the selfie I just posted on Instagram, I took it with this phone. That's why that shit looks so clear. So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna just stick with this phone. I might even go turn this shit on, turn this one on, and just call it a day. Get one of them cheap ass services for like $30. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I ain't been out here in these streets, man. I know how to. Listen, man, I done did all this YouTube shit off of Wi-Fi. I ain't even have no phone service besides that phone I was just telling y'all about. I had phone service for like a month on that phone, and then I went right back to Wi-Fi. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Wi-Fi. But yeah, I'm looking forward to really because it feel better when you pay your phone bill, man. Because you really could just move around freely and just like it's like a sense of a good feeling, like when you got a phone and it's you paying the bill. This shit feels good, so I'm gonna probably do that. I think this phone is T-Mobile right here, so we gonna figure that shit out, man. At the end of the day, yeah, we got some new mods, man. Emmy been in the building for a little. What? How long you been in here, Emmy? Like a week, 2 weeks? Have you seen the switch to prices? What the fuck is that? What kind of mods is that? What you mean? What kind of mods is that? Emmy been here for a little minute, man. She been here long enough. Anybody who come in here and Jamie and no, anybody who come in here and they protect, you know what I'm saying, and they kick out negative, low vibrational energy, they don't even need to be in here for more than 10 seconds before they get a mod. Like Smizzy just got his moderator shit taken. He literally just got his moderator shit just taken. And his stupid ass still talking shit. Keep telling me to get my shit together if you want. But yeah, man. Um, long story short, man, you gotta love yourself, man. That's what we all about, man. Over here, man. That's how you're gonna grow. And yeah, yeah, man. Jamie and be cooking shit, man. Jamie and I'm telling you, you gotta be careful. I got this lemonade from where did I get this lemonade from? I can't even remember. I really can't remember. Walmart. I mean, I think ShopRite. I don't know. I got this lemonade like last week, and I remember because I got some protein, trying to be on my bodybuilding shit. Got some chicken, got like a rotisserie chicken, and I got the lemonade. And I'm just now drinking this shit. Yeah, Jamie and man, Jamie and is not playing around. If you say anything negative, you're cooked. She said my eyes have sleep, but I think it's been almost 3 weeks. Yeah, like 3 weeks. Yeah, that sound about right. Women like men with confidence and who's easy to talk to. Exactly. Bailey, where are you from? And how old are you? But yeah, she's right. That's really just summed up this video for real. But like that, like again, when people say stuff that sounds easy like that, like guys, I'm sure they get confused, and it's like it's because like from a man's perspective, it's like more technical than that per se. Like it's more like, well, what do I say? And it's like, well, the problem is that it's not what do you say, it's do you have a structure? Because structure will naturally expose what you should say. Because something like I look at conversation as responsibility. Because that's what it is. Like look, the word is responsibility. It's an ability to respond. Like you can't really respond if you're saying some shit that doesn't really like you ever say something that's out of place or does is out of whack and you like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I could have said that later, or maybe I the timing of where you placed that what you said was off. Send okay, follow me on Instagram. Link in the click on my profile in the bio. Click on that link. Follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna follow you back. Um, but yeah, shout out to San Diego. You know what I'm saying? I think that's in Texas. Where's San Diego? It's not in Texas, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. San Diego, California. Yeah, follow me and let me know when you come back. Drop a one in the chat. See, man, Instagram where it's at. I'm telling y'all, it's in Cali. Okay, shout out to Cali. Amy, you say you from Cali too, right? I be forgetting, bro. My memory is just a little twisted. My bad, y'all. Okay, Cali. So yeah. So basically, if you don't want to freeze up no more, there's a couple techniques. Fellas, first things first. Oh, Jamie, okay. Are you in Houston? Because I'm trying to move to Houston, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really trying to travel all around, but I want to move ultimately to Houston so I could go to some of these Kevin Durant games, you know what I'm saying? But there's something in the game called the 3 second rule. You know what I'm saying? If y'all guys are trying to do cold approaching, my advice is to just say the word excuse me. So when you see a woman that is something you would smash, or if she's a seven and up, right? So that you don't sit there and be like, oh, I don't know. I'm confused if I would smash her or not. Is she a seven and up? Oh, I don't know, man. She's like a 6.4. Would you fuck her? Yeah. Okay, then go talk to her. Look, go up, no thinking. See, but that's how I think. So I don't go one, two, three, and then cold approach. I say what I smash. And what I started to find out was like, damn, you'll smash a lot of chicks. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So you eventually you just stop asking yourself that. And what you just end up doing is just realizing that, like I said, you'll smash a lot of these chicks. So I guess that's kind of like the gist of the story. But to add, the extra layer of what I was talking about tonight about switching from direct to indirect was me taking my power back because in the midst of losing yourself and saying, "Oh, I'll smash all these chicks," you know, you still got to pull yourself back because what you got to realize is that I don't know if I want to use the word God, but something don't want you to not know your worth. So it doesn't even matter. So you could be a dog, but you still have to realize you're still a human first. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a dog, but I'm a human first. So it's like I was a human before I turned into a dog. So it's like I gotta pull myself back to a human, and then eventually, because here's the thing, bro. I believe everybody got two sides to them. The side that you get from a woman is not the side that another nigga got from her. You know what I'm saying? I just freeze looking at the screen. You're fine. I don't like your name. So I don't know what your name means. Yeah, what's up with that? Let me see. Let me see. Bailey, drop a one in the chat if you followed me. Um, I'm in a small suburban town. I also think ambition and goals are it is important. It's attractive to see a man with purpose. Bailey cooking right now, yeah. We talked about that earlier. If y'all watched my last live, I spoke on that earlier. But yeah, that's yeah, yeah. That's something that I noticed in my life. Like last year, a lot of women didn't know. Like they couldn't tell. They wouldn't know. But once we start talking, I'm like, I do I do YouTube or whatever, whatever. And at least then at that point, they know I'm not just anybody. But at the same time, it's like the cold approach kills it. I'm telling you, the cold approach puts you in the worst fucking position that you could be in. It's nothing beautiful about that shit besides the fact that you got nuts. But I mean, you should already know that. But that's the problem. What's that one song say? Can't f with a bit that's fucking with your dog. That's law. Oh, that's money. No, that's Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that too. That too. That's social circle shit. Social circle shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a good wingman. You know what I'm saying? Be a good wingman. And that's another part of the game, right? It's so many different parts of the game, and I think that's another thing too. Like, if you're just going direct, you're not even looking at the shit that you don't like. Like I said, man, I had to stop cold approaching because I believe I was cold approaching some of the cockiest women on the planet on the face of the earth, and it's like when you get rejected, right? Most guys, in my opinion, we don't really care if we get rejected. We know that that's a part of the game. But when a woman doesn't even give you a chance to talk, it's kind of like disrespectful. So it's like at that point, it's like, all right, well, guess what? Like a nigga probably just gonna fuck you and bounce. So I really don't care. But because you're so I don't even know what to call it. Long story short, don't audition. We don't audition for bitches. That's not what this is, bro. Cause that's what that kind of is like. Like I'm going up to her to audition to see if that's what that cold approach shit is like, bro. When you are indirect, what that's why women be trying to trick niggas, bro. They be, oh, I like a guy that's direct. I want a guy to just tell me right off the bat that he thinks I'm pretty. Of course you do. Cause it puts you in so much of a leverage over that nigga that it's not even fucking funny. Like it puts you in such a fucking position that you'll never be in otherwise. Like it's not no and it's not normal. It's not natural at all, right? Cause yeah, there's a couple guys that are like alpha that are the bad boy stereotype that they have so much clout that if they tell you they want to fuck you, it's such a privilege to you that that's different. But then there's the 80% or 90% of guys who, if they go direct, they're basically just suiciding their chances of getting it at all. So it's like, yeah, I would love for those fucking losers to tell me that they're in love with me and shit like that, because it just makes my head fucking bigger, like, and it just makes me feel like I'm Beyonce. So it's like at that point, and it's like those women, if you're outside in the urban terrain and you're getting rejected by women, and you're like, she's probably somebody's baby mom. Like, you just got rejected from a fucking reject. Like no offense, but I'm just saying, like that's basically because some women that just I promise you, bro, they get excited that somebody came up to them and they was able to even like that's leverage. Like if someone does never reject you, then they can never say they rejected you. Like you know what I'm saying, like they can never say that. But if you live in a town, which we all do, you probably might not even ever see the bitch again, right? But it's just the principle of like the towns don't be that big, so it's like you might try to talk to a chick that fuck might you're going to talk to a chick that don't know her, but they know the same friend. They got a mutual friend. And the way I know this is by if if you have an Instagram and a Facebook, you know how frequently you have mutual friends. Because there's some women you approach, they're gonna automatically say, "Let me see who we got in common that's mutual." There's women who literally do that. So when a woman rejects you, fellas, don't think that you're getting away with getting rejected, nigga. No, you're getting rejected, and then she's going home and talking about the fact that somebody tried to talk to her at the store. So it's not the fact that it's listen, it's not that big of a deal because you could just move on and approach another woman. But guess what? It's like, what does that say about you in a grand scheme of things? No, you out here getting rejected, nigga. But what I'm trying to say is this: it's nobody else's fault in the universe, and it's the criminal part. It's nobody else's fault in the universe that you chose to get the fuck up, go outside, and approach these hoes. That's all on you, Sonny. Like nobody else. But just as criminal, there's a beautiful thing called indirect game. Whereas though, for every demon, there's an angel. And if you were to just hold your fucking britches and hold your horses and just did the integral thing and said, hey, you know what? I think I'm that nigga. So now I'm just gonna fall back and focus on myself. Cause that's criminal, right? Why women to go, why don't you just be direct? Don't work on yourself. Don't focus on yourself. Because if you build yourself up, you're gonna be an alpha male, or you're gonna have too much money, or something's gonna be maxed out to the point where you have leverage. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but in most cases, women have leverage over most of the guys that's walking up to them, approaching them. They don't only have financial leverage in 90% of the cases, or let's just say like 70%, but then they have attraction leverage, because you might not be an ugly guy, but the fact that you just walked up to me while I'm minding my business and you just tried to talk to me, I already see you as less than. Not because you are less than, but because I don't think I'm interested in the type of guy that's usually in her life. She's never really been interested in the guy that tried to get at her. And I've seen this even in my younger days. Like women that I end up smashing or talking to is women that I never really cared about. But I would have friends that would try to talk to these chicks a little bit, and these chicks would start talking crazy to them niggas. And I would wonder, why are they doing that? Why are they talking so crazy to this nigga? Like, I would literally wonder, like, what he must have did something. I don't know what he did. Listen, I don't know what he did, but he did something. And what it really was, now that I'm thinking about it, she seen him as low value. That's all it was. So he really ain't do shit, but be a bother to her nervous system. Like he ain't do nothing, but she seen him as, oh, I'm better than this nigga. Like I could talk at this nigga or down at this or anywhere but up to this nigga. Like, and then they'll see a nigga like me and they'll think like, oh, this nigga like he get bitches. And I think if I come at him, it might be a greater consequence. Like he might say something crazy to me, like, or hurt my fucking girl ass feelings or some shit. So listen, man, y'all can keep doing that cold approach. Keep sticking your finger in that fire if y'all want. But Big Brother GL Dub, he told you. I'm not gonna tell you again. I don't scorn my fingers in that shit all last year, and I get more bitches now. In my opinion, I've returned back to my essence. I get more women by just. I'd rather have a standoff with a bitch than to tell her that I find her sexually attractive. I will not show my hand to a woman ever again. I will never lay my cards on the table and she'd be like, "Oh, you have a queen, a king, a joker, two five of diamonds, and a three of club." It's none of her fucking business what cards I'm dealt because she's an opponent. She is not our friend unless she is genuinely signing to be your friend. That's why indirect is better as well because you're giving them the opportunity to choose. If they want to be your friend, then they'll be your friend. They will genuinely be your friend. But if you cold approach, either two things gonna happen. They either gonna it's a lot of shit. It's just a lot of bullshit. I'm telling you, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't listen to the internet. Uh I'm trying to stay in the live and show love, but I'm tired. I respect men. I've been taught by my mom to treat a man with respect, but I also know how to protect my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That's respectable, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you gotta have both, you know what I'm saying? Yin and yin, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with that. That's the point. Like you could say tell a nigga no without ignoring him or whatever. Like some women, I don't been rejected by women last year and I walked away feeling good. Like, okay, damn, she was nice as shit. She said, not she said she's okay, but she said she's good, but she the way she did it, it was like she respect men, like you said. So, but like then I had other chicks that did it in a way that made me realize like this why niggas don't be approaching some of y'all because you just acting just you just out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? But um and then you got the other ones that actually like you, and it's like a medley of different reactions, which is normal. But I mean, again, going direct is just putting your cards on the table while she got her shits in her hand, and you're just gonna lose. I don't know what else to tell niggas. I can't lie. I mean, it's okay. I'll take the morning shift, go to sleep. I'll fuck with y'all, man. So yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, man. So that's another thing that's gonna make it hard for y'all to approach, man, and hard for y'all gonna freeze up because you freeze up when you're getting rejected too much. That's another thing. So that yeah, look at that like that. You know what I'm saying? Like getting rejected too much will lead to you starting to freeze up. Because what it's going to do is go like I told you, we have mirror neurons. And when you see too many women rejecting you, even if your body don't know the difference, so it's not saying, oh, you started approaching 15 women a day, so that means you're supposed to get rejected to 10 times. No, your body is just like, well, before you used to get rejected never, and now you're getting rejected 10 to 15 times. So it's not even counting the successes, it's just counting the rejections, like your nervous system. It's mirror neuron is telling you, like, damn, like, so it's like you just gotta understand that getting rejected, people think rejection is a good thing. What's good, Gavin? How you feeling today, bro? Where you checking in from? So yeah, people are taught that rejection is a good thing, but rejection is not always good. Always, right? Sometimes it's good. You know, you want to have a percentage of difficulty and stress in your life. But okay, where you from? Um, you want to have a appreciate you, Jamie. You want to have a certain level of rejection in your life, but like even warriors. Let's look at like warriors, like movies that have warriors in it. 300, the movie 300. No matter how alpha, no matter how manly niggas look and niggas behave, niggas had armor on. Period. Armor is essential. That's New York. Armor is essential. So you don't want to get rejected too much. You feel what I'm saying? People like I got rejected a lot last year. You feel what I'm saying? I go doing that cold approach bullshit. And it's not the fact that you shouldn't be scared of it either, but you should just have a plan that works. That's what you really need ultimately, a plan that works more than it fails. That's what it really boils down to, fellas. Because you won't even remember a bitch if your shit worked more than it fell. Like you won't remember her. And that's more that has to do with psychology, right? There's a part of our brain called DMN. What is it called? Default mode network. And this the part of our brain that like kind of like tells you who's important and what's important in your life. And it can really only focus on what's really important right now. Like I'm in your default mode network right now because I'm getting your attention. If you have like a narcissistic parent or something, they also get some of your mental space because they're loud, they come around, they take up space, they make you feel like they're important. You remember what's good, Mel? How you feeling today? You remember things that impact you. What's good, Russia? How you feeling? Follow me on Instagram, Russia. Hit the link. Hit my. Click on my page, my YouTube channel, YouTube Gavin. Hit my Instagram and the link in the description. I mean the link in the bio. What's good, King Lou? Link in the bio. Click on that and follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna follow y'all back. When I hop off here, I'm gonna probably hop off here in like a couple moments. Um. So yeah. Um. People freeze for multiple different reasons. That's what it boils down to. You freeze for multiple different reasons. Another reason why you might freeze is that I'm 30. Another reason why you might freeze is that you're just in the wrong locations, right? You're in places where you don't spread your no Diddy. You don't spread your map out enough to where you go to places and you're 24 hours. Like tomorrow's, you wake up, you got 8 hours about to break that down. Like where you going to place your physical body? That's your choice. That's your choice. 46. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. You feel me? You feel me? So yeah, you place your body, and that's gonna tell you certain shit. Cause listen, there's a term called work your environment. Work your environment. Work the environment. This is where the term social proof and pre-selection come in. Social proof and pre-selection is very real. If a woman sees her friend smiling while you're talking to her, she's gonna smile too and try to get involved in that interaction in a positive manner. If she sees that her friend is looking mad and saying like treating you like a fuck nigga, then she's gonna think the same thing by proxy. So you might as well understand that clout is a thing in life. And first impressions and all of that shit, and it happens very quickly. It is more important to be seen with a halo effect than it is to be trying to get some pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, some things don't make logical sense, but it makes, once you learn it, you just don't forget because you're like, fuck, I mean, I didn't make the world, I just live in it. Russia. So there's a lot of reasons why you freeze. I gave y'all about 10 different reasons, I think, in this video why you might be freezing up. If you run this video back 10 times, you'll be able to pick the pieces of this video that gives you um, some game. Because like I said, you can use the 3 second rule. You can use the is she a 7 and up rule. You can use indirect game. You can use geo game. Look at my community tab. And I just made a post yesterday about geo game and geo rosters. Geo rosters is just you using Google Maps and creating playlists of places where you put your body at 24 hours, 7 days a week. My first place that stood out to me was the gym. The gym was the first place that I realized, like, yo, this place right here got hella bitches and they're all healthy and they care about themselves. Fuck them all. F Target, F Walmart. When you go to these places, you're running into all types of like trash. Like, not even trying to be funny, but it's kind of like trash because it's like rolling the dice. Like it's like a fucking. It's like it's like nothing. It's a bunch of nothingness. It's a couple fat asses, but that's not shit. It doesn't mean anything. Because for 99.9% of guys, they would rather have a woman that is a fucking toothpick with a personality, or maybe even without one, before they take a woman with a fat ass that is just a trash ass human being, or some follower, or some fucking loser. And that's just truth. Take it or leave it. And she don't have to be a trash in general, but she just might be trash to you. So she's technically trash. Technically. So so yeah, as long as you know what you're gonna say when you see a pretty woman, you'll never freeze up. I gave y'all a real life example of the pizza shop, what I could have said earlier, as far as like something that like using the environment around you being situational and saying something that's kind of funny. And when you get that, most guys, this is the last bonus tip, and it's the realest one why people might freeze. They'll never, even if they knew what to say it because they're like, after I say that, then I'm gonna have to really carry the conversation. But what a lot of guys don't realize is that if you say the first thing and the first thing good enough, give me Cardi B. She was looking good lately, bruh. I heard somebody talking about her earlier, and they were saying it was Fredo Bang. He was saying he want Cardi B, and I was thinking, I was like, yo, I just seen her the other day, looking better to me than she ever did, like sexier to me than she ever did. Like she's not my type, but she's not my type. But the way she was looking in that clip that I seen yesterday, she was just extra sexy for some reason. I don't know what it was, but yeah, man. But even with her, it's the same rules apply. Um, I would never, as far as allowing someone to see my hand. Why is it car? I don't. Yo, Jamie, and I don't know what she talking about, right? Russian. What you talking about, Russian? You gotta start making sense in the chat. Um, Melly said, "Why isn't she your type?" Um, like I said, it's not. She's not my type, but she's also not my type. Like she's not isn't she isn't not my type. She isn't like if I had to choose, like if I could choose, she's nowhere near the like what I'm choosing. Like, but at the same time, the way she was looking a couple of days ago, she was one of them ones. I'm not gonna lie, like damn near beautiful, like because she got her own look, so it was like I couldn't even compare her to nobody. So like she was standing out. That's the thing. Some people could stand out, like you gotta realize looks is objective, so it's like it doesn't even mean like there's like even like if y'all know who Queen Naja is, like she's not my type, you know what I'm saying? But she been looking good lately, you know what I'm saying? So it's not she was never ugly, you know what I'm saying? Then you got women who are just beautiful all the time, uh, like like it's a thin line to in my mind. Like you got a woman that's beautiful, but then you got a woman that's your type. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, bro. I can't even explain that shit. Long story short, if Cardi B and I don't even like when people say, "Oh, if Cardi B knocked on my door," like that's too fantasy. Like if you say that, then obviously you're gonna fuck her, right? Because you wouldn't even be making up the fantasy if you wouldn't fuck her. So it's like that's is no point to even use that. Let's just say if she wasn't famous and she looked how she looked before the fame, if she looked how she looked before the fame, a nigga would crush. Period. I just don't like her like that bird shit gets on my nerves a little bit and then not really though. It could be cute. Someone is cute, but it's like I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's not that she not my type. I think she one of them people where if she not around you, then you see her one way, but then when she's in your circle, you see her a different way. Cause I don't see niggas walk up to her with a on a vlog and she was shopping and she was mad cool. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like she really down to earth. And I feel like she really like might be a thought. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like her and Sexy Red. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I don't got nothing against thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? I like thoughts. I don't know if that's appropriate word to use, but I like chicks that's like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I could be tripping by calling him that, but I don't think I'm tripping. Let me know if I'm tripping. No, Cardi B not a thought. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't care, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not judging it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not judging it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we all love a good, you know. So it's like the greatest question of all time is always going to be, would you cuff a thought? You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the greatest questions. And I believe 80% of guys do that and did that at some point in their life and they just don't know it. If you don't got no game, you probably did it. So I'm just gonna throw that out there and let niggas know. And another question, another thing that guys could always think about is this: like, is she really a thought, or did she just choose up on you? So it's kind of like a mind twister. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, you'll never know if your girl is a thought or not. It's impossible. Only one way to know. You have to have so much game that you start seeing shit as it is instead of what you wanted to see it as. How's that? You have to learn it. If you don't learn it, that's the importance of game. You can't even see straight without that shit. You can't even see shit. You feel me? The way I look at game, I'll tell you, and when I look at the word game, there's an equal sign after it, and then it says nature. That's what that shit is. Like, you can't even see nature. You're not even a part of nature without that shit. So is your girl a thought or are you just moving slow? And everybody else just moving on nature. And they just fucking. Yo scary ass, you just moving slow. You cuff some shit when other niggas just they're like, oh well, I'll smash, but I ain't cuffing that. But you cuffed it because you just was moving slow. You wasn't moving fast. See, a part of the game is moving fast. That's the only reason why indirect game is even questionable in my opinion. Because there is a sacrifice involved with whatever you do. So even if you go direct, there's pros and cons. If you go indirect, there's other pros and cons. That's why as a man, you really have to choose one and then stand on that because both roads lead to the same thing, technically. But well, I can't even say that. I can't say that. Both roads are roads, but two different men would take two different roads. But it doesn't make you less of a man, the road that you take. It just makes you an individual. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, we've been live for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Long story short, we in March, January, February, March. We about to hit April and like they gonna hit April in like what 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, whatever, 16 days, some shit like that. We want to be masterful over every month. We don't want any months to go past without any. We want to sink our teeth into every month. It's not game if you're not learning. If you're not learning, you're burning. You know, you either earning or you're burning. It's one or the other. You want to be opportunist in this shit. Like I said, at the end of the day, I see more opportunity in going indirect. So that's my thing. But people got their own systems. So I still go outside. I still go to the my geo spots, and I still position myself where I know I'm going to have interactions. And the difference is this is where I think what makes something soft. If you're indirect, you still want to. The key is to get a woman's attention, get her attention. You get a woman's attention with the stuff that you say, and then you slowly start to show her why you're attractive in a window of time. And with that window of time, you go into another window of time, and another window of time, and another window of time. It's a continuation instead of an expectation. I'm not expecting her to like me. That's where guys are going wrong. You go outside, you go up to the baddest bitch you could find and expect her to like you. That's fucking stupid. You go outside, you go to a place where you know you're gonna run into women, but you're also there for whatever the activity, hobby, or event is. And then when you're in that place, you literally forget about women in totality and you focus on friendship building, and then which is way more congruent with your personality usually. And or I mean, no man is really running behind women like that. And then while you're having fun, you're naturally what these pickup artists would call demonstrating value and uploading these DHVs, but naturally you're smiling, you're being likable, you're interwoven into society in a very healthy, positive way. When you do turn your attention onto her, it feels very refreshing. It feels like, oh, I'm getting some real attention from somebody instead of some fucking guy that's just trying to, get something from me. Those two different feelings. And then, like I said, you're just talking, but you're teasing. You know when, and it doesn't take long. It's very within the first three sentences or first two sentences. You 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 inject some humor, you inject some teasing, you inject some flirting. These are all things that's on the conversational card. That's my product that I got. These are all things that's on that product, and all in all, one word that encompasses all of these things is seduction. You're seducing at the end of the day, seducing. And what you notice, like I said, but between the indicators of interest is that she's gonna be more smiling, more engaging, and more receptive. And you just let her do that. It's like on TikTok, I don't follow back my followers. Yeah, that's another thing too. Um, is that what you? Why you say that? What made you say that? Like it's 24 hours in a day. It's a lot of stuff I like to do. I like to drink my protein shakes. I like to interact with y'all. I like to make content. I would rather draw a picture sometimes than go and talk to women. There's a lot of things I'd rather do than talk to women. And I think that when I frame my life that way, I have more fun with women. And like it's very funny that when you have other things going on, that it's like women fit better into your reality. And it's just like they're there for a reason now, opposed to where you just be like reaching and you're thirsty, you're reaching for something. Um, Two different guys could do the same thing. And this is why the thing I'm explaining in this video is the reason why guy A and guy B gets two different sides of woman C, right? I mean, I like doing everything except for talking to women. That's what's so crazy. I like right now in my mind, I'm like, I need to go to Dollar General and get like a whiteboards for my videos so I can like sh- demonstrate visually for the camera why this is stupid and why this is smart. Something I've been wanting to do. When I worked at Dollar General, I used to always see the whiteboards. I could have got one the other day, but I didn't grab one. So, but we got all spring to do that shit. So, but yeah, man. Everybody got their own different ways. I see a lot of different channels, a lot of different coaches, and a lot of different people, but it's all the same thing though. At the same time, like that's why it's so funny. Another thing too, I would say, you gotta look in the mirror, fellas, and ask yourself, am I the cuffing type or not? I mean, being a player is not something that makes you not a cuffing type of guy. You could be a cuffing type of guy and still have player tendencies. Like I feel like I'm a attractive guy that women seek after or sought after some at like periodically times in my life women have sought after me, like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it depends on how I'm coming. Like if I'm on some thirsty shit, it might not even be like that for me, but if I'm on some chill shit, it'll bring that side out of them. And so I have the tendency to cuff. I do have the tendency to cuff. For all you women is trying to figure that shit out, I do have that, and this is inside of my nature. But I have a will to win. I'm like LeBron. I have a will to win, or Kobe. I have a will to win, and that will to win goes beyond cuffing. It goes beyond, and sometimes because that goes beyond, it makes me look like a asshole and an egomaniac and a narcissist, maybe. I don't know what it made me look like, but I don't be giving a fuck either. But one thing about it is that women want somebody they can settle down with. That's what a lot of guys got to understand. They want to settle down. And that's where things get ugly. Because if I'm 30 years old, I'll be not trying to do that shit for real. Like it's like a part of me says yes and a part of me says no. And that's why going direct is also a catastrophe because it makes women think I want to like. It makes them think I'm like. It makes them think I'm like. In my opinion, it makes them think that he wants me, and that's like to me, it's like that's why it's so cringy because it's like you think I'm really on you like that, baby girl. You better chill out. You know what I'm saying? Because if we was in the same school together or same place, I'll be the big fish, you'll be the little fish. But because I'm catching you on these terms, you really treating it like, hey, well, Angela says, I got a question for you. Maybe can I get your advice? I got something similar to your question. What's your question? Follow my Instagram. Click on the link in my click on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna follow you back when I get off of here. And that's another issue. Last but not least, man, it's gonna boil down to experience. It's all these variables. Think about how many things I just keep bringing up over. Look, there's one more thing. It's one more thing. And that's why y'all just gotta put yourself out and communicate with women as often as possible, because it's really not no way to like explain how to draw a picture without you picking up a pencil and drawing and doing it, because half the shit I do, I be living in the moment myself. I got some structure, but then I live in the moment. So it's like, shit. So I say I'm only 30, man. I'm getting old, but I'm still at that perfect point where it's like, I'm just trying to have fun, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still conscious. I'm still conscious that I could be somebody's dad already if I locked in. I could be a dad fast any moment. You know what I'm saying? And life ain't a game. You know what I'm saying? Jen, what's goody? Jen with the big energy. What's up? What's up? And like I said, there's so many things that's beautiful in life besides women. Like, yeah, the women are extremely, behooving and shit like that. But it's like sometimes you just gotta just go to the beach and just feel the air, the breeze. It's I love nature, bro. Like nature is just like all encompassing, bro. Like that shit just beats it beats the only thing that beats sex. Go dig your toes in the sand. She never asked the question, bro. Like that shit crazy. Hold on. Just stopping by to send love, be blessed. Shout out to Jen, man. Jen got me on Instagram too. Man, I'm telling you, man. We gonna take our to the gram at some point, but YouTube is really. I'm never gonna leave YouTube, so it's like we locked. But it's just, yeah, like I said, man. Um, Guys gotta stop chasing women, and I think that just like sometimes, like just like when you are giving someone a remedy to heal from a disease, like Dr. Sebi, or you give someone like herbs, it's like sometimes it's not take this or take that. It's like stop eating that and that, and you'll naturally develop this. The shit you've been eating was breaking your shit down. So you stop ingesting that chicken and that red meat, now your body can, restore. That's game. Restoration is game. It's no such thing as an ugly man. So then you're doing something wrong because there's no such thing as an ugly man. Sit back. Sit back and look at the lay of the land. When you look at the lay of the land, it's going to tell you some secrets that women won't tell you, dating coaches won't tell you. Use your own horse sense. Use your fucking third eye. Why is it that women chase me when I'm in this environment? Why don't they chase me in that environment? Why does this outfit bring out this type of whatever? Why does this hairstyle, who knows, man? When people be like, get into yourself. That's what that is. When I'm journaling, that's when I get into myself because I could genuinely see, like, not even in a sight sense, but like in an emotional sense of like, yo, like this is genuinely who I am, and this is genuinely how I've been all my life, like around my friend groups, and like, well, you got to realize when you meet a beautiful woman, she's just a fucking ant and a fucking, like, she's a little fucking piece of a fucking nothing in this big ass vast, um like, you just met her 3 minutes ago, like, but you knew yourself for 30 years. So you got 30 years of weight in history that is more special than this bitch. So it's like, how does she matter? She doesn't matter. You thought she did, which is a psychological issue. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not natural. Like my nigga Nas says, psych made you look. You a slave to the page in my rhyme book. She throwing that makeup. She hit the gym, got that ass together. She drunk her protein shakes, got that ass together. She put the fucking napkins in her bra and got them tits together. And now you a slave to a page in her rhyme book. And so that ain't the game. That ain't the ism. Even if you're not thirsty, but you play thirsty, she's gonna believe you're thirsty. Or she's gonna get some type of thought about that shit. It's Angel actually. Okay. Um. Well, got no Instagram though, but well, what do I do if I'm attached to a girl, but we're never met or talked? Um, I came up on this girl's Facebook page while looking up someone I played. How can you be a oh, you say you're attracted. I thought you said attached. I am attracted to a girl, but we've never met or talked. I came up on this girl's Facebook page while looking up someone I played. Well, inbox her and say, "Excuse me, how you doing? Excuse me, how you doing? Um, take it or leave it." But that's what I say when I inbox a woman. "Excuse me, how you doing?" That's it. She's either gonna respond or she's not. And either way, it doesn't matter. Shit at this opportunity. Wait, I don't know what you're saying. I'm gonna put it like this for whoever's listening. I value GLW. That's my name. I value IRL in real life over internet. A lot of people don't know that about me because they just don't care or they just never figured it out. But I lived a long life outside before the last, what, 7 years of being on the internet during COVID or wherever, whenever that shit started. So, like I said, man, I don't really admire anybody on the internet. Um, Someone I've approached in real life last year, they got my YouTube channel. They know if they was in here, they could vouch. We still chop it up. We talk. And when I was younger, I would see girls on Facebook that I knew lived in my town or not my neighborhood, but they lived in the city, and they would be beautiful. And so it would cause a sense of admiration. But now when I see them in real life, because I'll be outside and approaching more women, I just see them as a regular, regular bit. And yeah, they still have a celebrity like uh, presence, but that doesn't move me as much as when I was a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know how you could be attracted to somebody. You could be attracted, but like I don't know your question. I don't understand your question. But just say, "Excuse me, how you doing?" And then when she responds, let her know. Make it man to woman as far as letting her know you're like why you're talking to her. Was she, does she look good to you? Like you want to get to know her, whatever. And then the last and final piece is give her, tell her to text you, give her your number, whatever. But make sure you transition fast from Facebook. I think you said Facebook, right? Make sure you transition fast to the cell phone, like a phone number. Jamie, why you delete his message? I was just about to read that joint. Make sure you transition fast from online to offline. That's my only piece of advice that I really trying to get you to to really look at, bro. Like it's mad important to not waste your time, like, cause that's all that I care about is not doing that shit. You know, I don't know. Like I think that another way guys fail is they don't put their money over bitches, and so like I said, it's 24 hours in a day. I'm always trying to put my attention. Keyword attention is a fucking attention is like gold. It dictates whether a person is going to actually have a life that is like beautiful or ugly. Like your attention in the wrong person's hands is death. Your attention you know in directed in the right direction is gold. So do you want death or gold? I think 90% of men can say they want gold. But like I said, man sees beautiful woman. If he knows what to say, it never turns into a conundrum. Like it never will turn into a quandary. It'll never turn into chaos because you just say something. I think saying something is better than nothing. That has been my thesis for the last couple of years. Saying something is to me better than saying nothing. I'd rather say something. You could go back and tweak it as you get better over time. It said thanks for that 8 ball you gave me in 50 bucks. Nah, that's crazy. Uh, so yeah, that's wild. We also got this new thing we've been doing with listening to Spotify music, but we won't be doing that no more because my phone broke. So we would have to fix the phone and all that to do that. But let's just look at that concept real quick of music. When y'all download Spotify, if y'all do, I don't know if y'all got it already, but you got the lyrics. They show you the lyrics, and the lyrics give you concepts. Most guys, okay, good. So I got a playlist for everything. A playlist for the gym. I got a playlist for when I'm on my scooter riding through the city. I got a playlist for um like dates, going on dates. Like I will listen to this playlist before I go on a date. That's something I just created though. But I got a playlist for um just about everything, bro. But then like I created other playlists like all last year, and these playlists are like songs where guys are flirting to women in the song. Guys in the other songs are being sexual. Guys in the other songs are being like romantic. So these break down all of those type of, you know, we could call them deeper um, ways of being. You know, because like on the surface, we got like the conversational car that I built. We got humor. That's like kind of like anything that could be done in a conversation with your grandmother is not the deeper shit. So like you could even technically flirt with a female family member. Flirting is natural. Friends flirt with each other. So I feel like flirt is the cutoff between teasing and banter and like those small talky type of terrain. And then you got the deeper stuff. Usually when you listen to songs on Spotify, especially in the late 90s music, you'll get a lot of romantic, seductive, and these other deeper emotional terrain that people don't really cross a lot of the time. So when you listen to that stuff, it allows you to tap into a side of you. Even if you listen to 50 Cent 21 Questions or some Pleasure P, when you hear one of their lyrics, it opens up the part of your, or some Chris Brown, it opens up the part of your mind that says, hmm, in my day-to-day life, I don't really, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really be talking to these bitches like this. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, there's grave consequences, right? But like I said, when I went out earlier to the pizza parlor and I see a pretty face behind the counter, how do I make it sexual? How do I become romantic? How do I be um, freaky or anything like that? Right? Those things would never happen because those things take the more small talky stuff first. So you would literally have to open up the conversation. The opener could be, hey, how's your day? She responds. and then making it man to woman, or we could say intent. Intent. So basically, for the first almost 30 minutes of talking to this woman, I'm not doing anything that I hear on Spotify. And here's the secret. Here's a couple of things that could possibly happen at first, in the first couple of moments of talking to a woman. Maybe you could use a line that's romantic, a little romantic. Maybe you could use a line that's flirtation, right? And I'll even say you're pushing it with this, but romantic, flirtation, and seductive. These might be able to be used in the first 30 minutes of talking to a woman, but on average, I tend to say nah, right? Even with women that I'm texting, I found that trying to bring any of these deeper things in are a waste of time because women don't respond well to guys who are after them. And it makes you seem either like a creep or too much of a player. It's too easy to lean into something that's not really, it's an untimely thing. It's not well timed. And remember, time is what is the biggest factor when it comes to biology. Because like even when it comes to a woman coming, it has to do with like her nervous system being relaxed. And so that means, you know, time. Like it's a time thing. So we're 30 minutes in, and remember, I haven't said anything romantic, anything seductive. I'm just having basic small talk with this pretty face woman, whatever. And for some reason, that's more sexy because that's allowing her to be feminine and to fall for me first. Because all I'm doing is being man enough to hold a conversation. Now, I'm not doing the deeper things, but I'm doing them smaller things like flirting, teasing, making it fun. Those things are above the shoulders. The romantic, the flirtation, the sexual, that's below the shoulders. Yeah, these motherfuckers gotta get out. So in the pickup community, we got something called comfort, right? And that's, in my opinion, after the first 30 minutes. If I'm in a gym, I could talk to a woman for 30 minutes. Someone might say, "Oh man, that's too long, man." No, it's not. You ain't doing shit else. And not only aren't you doing shit else, but even if you go home, you ain't about to do nothing but beat your meat. So you got time, nigga. So anyway, 30 minutes. If we're being honest, you probably talk to a woman for more like 5 to 10 minutes. Long story short, comfort is the most important part of the game. C1 in the mystery method is the most important part of the game. That's what I'm always in my brain trying to get a woman towards. I don't care about no other part. I know all of the parts are important, but I'm looking at C1 every time. Like, and it's easy to get a woman there because attraction is already implied if you're a handsome guy. So it's easy to get a woman to C1. And what is C1? I forgot what is that, like rapport, building rapport. All you got to do is think about what topics build rapport. You could go to Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT that. And then the other one I think is connection and some other shit. And C3 is some other shit. Forgot what it is. But in the comfort And remember, we only been talking to her for about 10 to 15 to 30 minutes. So we could be at the gym, we could be at the mall, we could be anywhere. After 30 minutes, we're in comfort. And comfort takes up about 3 different locations. But usually y'all guys will be texting a woman. If you're texting a woman right now, you and her are in either like A2 or something in the mystery method, or y'all are in comfort. And all y'all gotta do is build some rapport and talk to her a little bit more. And y'all will be out either out on a date, or you could set up her coming to your crib. And what I found is most guys are just off timing. They're doing shit too fast. They're trying to either tell her to pull up too fast and they're not building any rapport, or they're asking her too late or something. But it's not well timed. Because if it was well timed, she'll pull up. And then you got the S phase of the mystery method, which is seduction. And like Mystery said in one of his videos, you could condense his whole shit down. That's what I find amazing about it, because like I said, I don't smash chicks so fast in the past that I'm like, you definitely got to be able to condense that shit down. If I'm at the gym and it's a smoothie place next door, like I said, the comfort phase is the only phase that you need to have really in your head. As soon as you walk up, A1 is just opening the conversation. A2 is demonstrating value. Nah, but you can subscribe though. And then A3 is what? Qualifying her. Hey, I'm a nature guy. You look like the type of woman that's into nature as well. I love a woman that's into nature. On a scale of 1 through 10, how much um on a scale of 1 through how much do you love nature on a scale of 1 through 10? Or you could qualify a woman. You know how I choose my qualifiers? I choose my qualifiers by asking myself, Will, what is it about you that you value? What are your core values? Nature, freedom, fun. Like, and I start naming values. And then I craft what's good, Jordan. Then I craft qualifiers that is connected to my core values. So I'm opening the conversation, I'm demonstrating value, then I'm qualifying her. 1, 2, 3. Then technically, like Mystery said, because we reached the objectives, we're already we're in comfort already. We're in C1. Follow me on Instagram. Click the link in my bio. Click the link in my bio and follow me on Instagram. Then drop a 1 in the chat, and I'm gonna follow you back. I like to see what y'all look like as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and I appreciate the compliment. So the reason why indirect game will always be direct game is because it allows you. Oh, for now. What that mean? It allows you to work on your conversation at the end of the day. It allows you to get into more conversations. And guys say, I don't want to waste my time. But how are you wasting your time if you're practicing this shit over and over again and it's actually works? You know what I'm saying? It works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a woman would much rather be what you gonna call it? What you mean you'll find me? Yo, Jamian, why you say fuck nah? I can't see their profile picture. Are they fried up? Listen, man. Yeah, it be some wild shit. Listen, man. Listen, chopped cheese, my man. Damn, that's crazy. Chopped up, chopper style. But listen, man. All I'm saying is this, man. When y'all listen to them Spotify songs, it's okay to listen to just for you to just for you to di- di- um, dissect what is being done. Like if I listen to a Tyrese Gibson song, I want to dissect it, and I would also like to use it at some in my own way. That whatever emotion is being conveyed, or I would like to use that same energy. But these things are more for women that is in the comfort phase of the mystery method or in the seduction phase, not in the attraction phase. It's only three phases. And the beautiful thing is, like he said, you could condense the whole thing down. So it's women that want to smash you in 5 minutes. It's women that want to smash you in 15 minutes. It's women that want to smash you in 5 days. They're all different, but the speed is kind of connected to what phase you're in. So it's like, and the way I look at it is if I got a woman in comfort or in seduction, we're already basically, it's destined. It's already happening. It's happening. It's just happening outside of both of our like true awareness. It hasn't physically manifested, but if you think about it, sex is implied, bro. You're a man, she's a woman, and y'all are conversating. It's already kind of implied, but it's just not. It's like it takes the man to be like to have a plan. That's really what it really is at the end of the day. It takes the man to have a plan and have a direction. So the average guy direction is to go out on a date or have a chick pull up. That's actually not a bad direction. And if you tell a woman to pull up and she say, "Why don't you take me on a date?" You have the right to say no or to stop texting her. So really, you don't you can't lose, and you have the right to go approach more women. You have the right to approach 15 women a day. Even though I said I'm not literally doing that right now, but yeah, I might approach certain days. I approach 7 women, half of that. Because one thing guys got to remember is that the sexual tension is stronger or more apparent when you're not chasing. And I think a lot of guys fall for this. They think that's why cold approaching is stupid. The sexual tension is enhanced when you're not thirsty. Women know that secret because it belongs to them, but they will never allow us to actually put our grubby fingers on that. Why is he so calm? Why is he so relaxed? Why is he not trying to fuck me? Why blah 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 blah? They conceal those honest things because femininity is deceptive by nature, so they conceal that. It's like something about women, they naturally hide shit, so it's like, and it works out for them, like, cause it's like they're like in the hands of a loser, this shit could really be powerful, so they don't do it. They don't do it. But sexual attention, and when they know they could fuck you or they would fuck you, but they're not, it's not happening right now. It's the potential of. You dig? You dig? Yeah, it's the potential of, man. My bad, y'all. I got some Sharpie on this shit. Shit pretty clean though. Good all this. This is hard work. This is hard work. Hard work pay off. They say hard work gonna pay off. I listen to all type of music on Spotify though, and I like to get every feeling and ask myself like, what's really underneath this? Like, anyone can make a statement or a lyric, but what is this artist really trying to? What's happening in subconscious territory, not just conscious territory? Because that's what allows me to connect to that music a little bit better. Because I'm like, damn, okay, I don't listen to Pac say this a million times, but right here, really, when I listen with another with my, you know, my greater wisdom, I'm like, oh, this is some dope shit right here. Like, and then beats, like when you hear a beat to a song, it tells a different story. So I listen to the beat and I say, damn, this beat is really hypnotic. It's really taking you in a different direction. And then like the 50 Cent 21 Questions, that beat really hypnotic. You listen to it. And then the way he get on that beat, he swagging on that shit. Are you mad because I'm asking you 21 questions? Are you my soulmate? Because if so, girl, you're a blessing. Nah, nah, nah. Trying to figure out how you got in them jeans. Nah, nah, nah. He's just different. Even his tonality tells a different story. Everything is layers of different shit. It's art. And that's how your game should be. It should be layers. Your voice, your style, how your attention, how you place your attention. It should be like a light like a feather. You should just be laying your attention on that woman real quick, then laying it on something else. You know, your attention should be bouncing around like a smooth motherfucker. Like, it's not staying still and just, oh, I see that pretty girl, I'm just staring at her, man. That's what losers do. Your attention is just, it's like a feather in the wind is just blowing all around the room. And she's like, damn, I want his attention. She has to kind of like try to get it. That's a challenge. A man is a challenge. And I think that that's where niggas is going wrong. Guys are in unchallenge, a non-challenge, and they sworn by the porn, man. They're born in the game, but then they sworn to the porn. And once you sworn to the porn, your attention go to hips and fat asses, and when you outside, damn, she look like she gives some dome or whatever. Whatever you thinking is perverted. So now you gotta work in reverse engineer, then you gotta get back healthy. You can't think that's not healthy. What's healthy is making a woman deserve and get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? She can't just have it. And that's crazy because it's not feminine, it's masculine. So it's not gonna feel comfortable. But if you stay in practice, you stay down and you live by what and die by that, then that's integrity. That's honesty. Is you are a man and you're being one. Is That's to me integrity. Not saying I'm a man and I was born a man and I can act like a girl and or be thirsty and just assume that they should like me and they really just don't. Maybe they potentially would like you, but the behaviors that you're taking, it doesn't do it. Now let me switch my shit around a little bit, man. We got these headphones. We using these headphones too, man. These headphones been treating me right. Got these headphones from Dollar Tree, I think. Dollar Tree. Family Dollar. These called Two Boom headphones, man. Hold on, man. I gotta use the bathroom too, y'all. So that means we ain't gonna be live for too much longer. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Any questions? Yo, Jamie, and make a little Insta, man. Download Insta. That's where the game gonna get real hasty over there. The game gonna get real replenishable. Out of sight, man. It's gonna be out of sight. Realism. Guys so busy chasing women, they don't even realize they're not a challenge. So then it's like, they don't even know what their identity would be like or how bad women would chase them if they became a challenge. We talked about being a challenge earlier. But the scary thing is most men either don't care about that or don't worry about that or they wait until it's too late. Or they might even be a challenge right now, which is cool. Most guys only become a challenge because they got a girlfriend and they're loyal. There's two different types of challenges. Some guys are challenges just because they're sexy in women's eyes. You gotta cleanse up some storage, man. That's why I'll be having to really. Yeah, it was a couple times last year I had to cleanse up the storage, man. We gotta make them sacrifices for the greater good, man. No excuses, man. Storage, one of those things that will make you say, man, I'm not gonna do it. I don't feel like cleansing up that shit. I know that feeling. That's how I felt. And then I had to film another video. I ain't had no storage. I'm like, let me just do this shit. I knocked that shit out in like 20 seconds. And then I was like, oh, good thing I went and cleansed the storage, because now I'm not scared of it. Because you'll be looking at the storage shit, you'll be like, man, I'm not fucking with that shit. But nah, man, we gotta get that shit out. Cause man, listen, man, this ism don't stop, man. This ism 24, 25-8, man. 25-8 and great. And bound to make your girl bust like a grape. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get excited about this ism, man. Come on, man. My phone broke yesterday. All type of shit, man. We don't stop, bro. I'm telling you. And that's what it is. That's what make these women go crazy. They be like, damn, this nigga right here, he ain't even stop for the fucking... Because I'm a pretty bitch. He won't even stop because I'm a pretty bitch. Nah, bitch. Excuse my French, but we... Come on, man. What the pimp say? What pimping can we mashing and smashing and mashing? I promise you. I promise you. We mashing without crashing. Same thing, like YouTube, I couldn't stop, bro. I had to figure it out. Even earlier today, I went live. I was like, man, ain't nobody in here, but I'm about to get my message across, though. I promise you that. And believe it or not, I'm not even hard-headed. Like, some people think I'm hard-headed, or they try to frame it that way. I'm not. I'm really humble. But it's just like, when they come to like certain things, I'm like, nah, we gotta eat, bro. We gotta eat. We gotta change the world. What's good, Emmy? We gotta change the trajectories, man. I gotta buy another air mattress though. My shit really popped. That shit really popped, bro. That's next on the menu. Then I gotta go back to Dollar Tree. And I gotta look at my phone. And this shit still playing white noise. Yeah, my shit geeked up. I gotta go back to Dollar Tree. And I gotta get that Nintendo pillow that I seen in there. That's the game-like pillow. Come on, man. We pimping all 2027, 2026. It broke last, like the beginning, like January, I think it broke. But it was still working because I super glued it back. And then that's when, like, because I couldn't pay for it because I didn't have no money at the time. So I super glued it, and then that black shit started spreading across slowly but surely. But I wasn't tripping because I'm like, all right, I got a little bit of cheese. Like, I could really fix it if it come down to it. And I was in the gym last month, so I'm like, I dropped this shit like 5 times in the gym. And that black shit was spreading slowly, like, and then finally today, like, I'm like, it never fucking fails. This shit fell face down, flat on the carpet floor. On the carpet floor, bro. And then that was the last time that it had it had them lines on it. So yeah, that's what happened, bro. That shit fucked. That shit fucked.
and they just keep doing stupid shit like it's cooked. So now I gotta take the full screen off because you see it's a little open right there. I gotta take the full screen off. I don't know if they could do this in Walmart. I don't know if they could do this in the mall. I don't know if they could do this. Um, if I just got to get a whole nother phone and take the SIM card out the back because I got this shit for cheap, like $40 and shit. So that shit crazy, man. Drop a one if you're still in the chat, man. Drop a one if you in the chat. Oh, my bro's still in the chat, man. What you got planned tomorrow, man? Emmy, I see you. I'm definitely probably gonna hop off here in a little bit. I'm probably gonna get on Instagram, not live, but just go over there, see what's popping off over there before I really before I really, 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 you know what I'm saying, KO. I gotta get a couple hours before tomorrow because I'm probably gonna try to figure some shit out. Xbox, maybe some VR. You play Modern Warfare? mm. Nah, man, I definitely do gotta get a game system and shit. My wait, what's that? Call of Duty? Wait, my Call of Duty bugging. Oh, listen, man, I'm a 2K guy, man, but I like other games too, though. First, there's a lot of stuff I really gotta purchase. I noticed that though, like it'd be like when it come to purchasing shit, it gets spooky because you start seeing shit that you was ignoring because you was broke. Yeah, man, I'm about to purchase. I'm definitely gonna purchase a system. I might even go to like Facebook Marketplace or some shit. Try to get some shit for cheap. Uh, I'm a Kevin Durant guy, so I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna play my player, and I'm gonna play uh, with the Rockets. I don't even know what that is, bro. I got that Duke Blue Devils mascot. Mad noise upstairs. Yeah, man, I'm in that mode. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in that mode. I'm in that mode, man. It's we've been live for 3 hours. What time is it? 6, going on 7. Yeah, man, we gonna probably sleep till like 1 o'clock. That's some crazy shit. I think being broke is a curse, and I'm gonna break that shit down real quick. The reason why I say that is because it's like, if you don't got money, bro, you can't even tell that you broke. Like if you ain't never had money, you can't even tell that you're broke. And then if you get a little bit of money, you know, you would think you're doing better than if you had none. But all you do is realize all the shit that you gotta buy or that you wanna buy as a, mixture of both. Like if you're so broken, the amount of money won't change anything. Uh yeah, you're right, but I don't think my soul is broken. But I see what you're saying though, but I'm just saying this, bro. If you broke, even if your soul is fixed, if you're broke and you've been broke for too long, that's what I'm trying to say. Like there's a fucking limit on that shit, time wise. Cause if you've been broke for too long, then nigga, you've been broke for too long. And what that means is that you have a zero game when it comes to money. And if you have zero game when it comes to money, how do you fix that? Because from my understanding, the universe works in quantums, where everything could be measured. So is it possible that the amount of money you make could change? But is it possible that the amount of money you make could change your circumstances? Yes or no? Watch this. I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna give y'all my perspective on cash flow, cash money. I'm gonna just say it because I don't think y'all gonna respond. Your tax bracket controls your emotional bandwidth. Your emotional bandwidth, or another word for that could be your experiences. Like we said, like let's say like you could buy a video game. You could not only buy the video game, you could buy the video game, you could buy the Bugatti or the fucking uh Hellcat. You could buy the trampoline, you could buy the product of your favorite dating coach, you could buy the iPhone 14, you could buy them J's that you love. You could eat out whenever you need to, whenever you want to. And let's just say, like, what I'm trying to say, bro, that's like 8 different things. But when you're broke, you can only get one thing at a time, all the time. So then that's training you indirectly to say, like you said, it's like your soul's broken that way anyway, because it's like you're going to chase what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Technically, you usually 80% of niggas. If money controls you or your emotions, you are in trouble. I agree, because you're grounded. No, that's facts, bro. That's facts. I gotta go live tomorrow because people upstairs keep moving around. So I'm about to hop off here, bro. Follow me on Instagram, bro. Link in the bio on my YouTube channel. I'm just saying, when you nickel and diamond, bro, it's like you going through unnecessary shit. Bet, bro. Follow me. I'm gonna follow you as soon as I hop off of here. Good night to all y'all, man. We gonna chop it up tomorrow. Some more ism. We is not playing this month. Every month we doing it all. Working out, approaching. You know what I'm saying? Everything on the bucket list. Like, comment, subscribe. Game like Will. Love is love. See you on the next video. I'm out, man. Love.